Oh, shoot, the game's not up. Ladies and gentlemen, Betrayals in the Sky 3. I am ever, and as always, your host. Getting all resizey up here. We're going to try a 4x3 format this time, see if that changes anything. What's really funny is you're probably thinking, why'd you do 16:9 last time anyways? Well, it was the default. And so I sort of assumed that that was something that, was desired by the developers. What's wrong? It was funny. I guess that's something. The other thing I wanted to mention really quick as an aside is, as usual, I like to give some kind of behind-the-scenes-y thing here. So I did a little bit of research and a little bit of looking, and I found nothing. But I did want to share one little amusing tidbit here. So these games came out 2004, 2006, and 2007. So it makes a degree of sense why the series would take off in the way it did. And, of course, the games coming out so quickly in the aughts makes sense given how... I'm trying to think of a way to say this that doesn't sound insulting. How copy-paste they are. Because the engine was so relatively simple, and because they could literally reuse assets so much, it makes sense, right? Like that's we talked about this whole time. They are a relatively cheap gaming company, and the Trails of the Sky series are relatively cheap games, right? Like that's not an insult. That is a statement of fact. In the States, the release schedule is a little bit different. First game came out in 2011, as we already discussed. Then there was a 4-year gap, and then we got the second game in 2015. And then a 2-year gap. And we got this game in 2017. Did I say 15? Whatever, 15 and then 17. I mentioned that in particular because while the first game, I don't want to say it bombed. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, it's totally crap. But the first game, as we discussed, didn't sell super well. The second game, however, actually sold substantially better. Probably at least in part because they released it on the freaking computer instead of the PSP. So, and then of course the 2017 release. The reason there's less text to translate, obviously, this is a shorter game, but also there was a lot more support for it. So they're like, okay, fine, we'll go ahead. We'll push out the third game, sure, and it sold well as well. I want to share another little anecdote though. So, how much this matters is debatable. But an interesting metric, I'm not going to say useful, just interesting metric, is you can kind of gauge how many, kind of like a relative interest in a game by looking at how many people have completed that game. Now, there are several metrics to do so, but the most useful one for me is Steam achievements. So, just to put it in a bit of perspective, Baldur's Gate 3, which is a chonker, has a 23% success rate. So that's how many people have the Steam achievement for beating the game. Now, maybe that's too long of a game, because that is a huge game. How about something much, much shorter, like Mega Man 11, which, if I remind you, sold extremely well. It's the best-selling Mega Man game of all time. That is 19%. Okay, well, Mega Man's still a little niche. I can admit that. I can take that hit. Let's look at Celeste, which has 8.5%. Dishonored 2 has 8.2%. Mass Effect 3 has 19.2%. Outer Wilds, just to pick something that's a completely different genre, has 11.4%. The point I'm trying to reach is something I've talked about many, 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 many times. There is a noticeable drop-off in progression, right? In how many people actually go through it. It's not a linear line, but every game ever made, a bunch of people play the beginning, and then there's a drop-off as you get further into it, as people get filtered out bit by bit by whatever. Like, there's dozens and dozens of valid reasons to put down a game. But I mentioned that because you notice all of those are around 20% or lower, with Dishonored 2 being at the bottom with 8.2%. The reason I mentioned that is because Trails in the Sky 2 had a finish rate of 52.2%. That's incredibly high. relatively speaking. It makes sense with perspective. Most people who bought the game are probably going to finish the game, but it is still interesting and says a lot about the specifics of what kind of thing this is. One last thing I want to comment on, super quick. Just this has nothing to do with it. I just wanted to share this somewhere. Someone mentioned in the comments, there was actually a cool comment. He was talking about Deathloop and how much that sucks for various reasons. I read the whole thing. It was an in-depth comment. One of the comments they made was that how many tens of thousands of hours I've had in my gaming career by now. And I just thought I'd share because I actually keep track of that, at least since the Oblivion line. So from Oblivion to now, I have covered a little over 12,000 hours of gaming. So that's just in the last, 4 plus 5 years, something like that. Anyways, moving on. Year 1203 of the Septian calendar fall. Just over half a year since the Liber Arc's collapse. Cruising through the night sky above the Cruzan province in eastern Erebonia. Damn you, Erebonia. Damn you. So much of this game is centered around Germany, I swear. The Reinford Company's latest display in luxury, Lusitania. Go look at ship. Okay. Oh my god, there's Walters everywhere. If I may have your attention, please. Except it's German. On behalf of the Conrad Company, I would like to take time to thank you all for attending this party today. As I'm sure you're all aware, this is the most auspicious day. Yes, indeed. On this historic day 10 years ago, this fine company... You don't seem to be enjoying this quite as much as he is. But at least try and pay attention to what he's saying. Surely you must understand what kind of man he is if you're here. Oh, that I do. He's a merchant of death who made a fortune during the 100 Days' War. One of the Empire's most wealthy men, despite being a relative newcomer. It was only a few years ago he partnered up with the famous Reinford. Now he's serving on their board of directors. His record makes for the most impressive read, that much is certain. Although, I dare you say he's less impressive in person compared to on paper. My, you best refrain from making such remarks. That mask of yours may disguise your identity, but won't keep those naughty men in black away should you make an enemy of them. Now that's a terrifying prospect. Can't imagine I'd last very long if it did. I'd surely be cast through this window as easily as a pebble plunges through water. I must say, I find you rather intriguing. You member of the press, perhaps? Government official? I would answer, but where's the fun in spilling secrets? I'll leave the pondering to your fertile imagination, mademoiselle. Leaving my identity aside, however, the ship is an impressive work of art. It's hard to believe we're inside one at all, and yet here we are, thousands of ARG in the air. Well, it is Reinford's latest model. One would expect nothing less than art. Last I heard, they were advertising it as the largest airship in the world. It is 120 ARG across. They're probably right. As far as most of the world knows. You certainly know how to make a lady curious. But even with the mask, it's no secret you're so young. Practically still a boy. I wonder, how often do you go around charming away to these drab parties with that aura of mystique? Oh well, seems like the mask can't hide all my secrets. Perhaps I ought to make my daring escape before I give anything away. Before I give away anything more about myself. If you must. Although it would be my pleasure to continue keeping you company. It's not every day one gets to enjoy chatting the night away with a mysterious stranger like this, you know. We could even take our chat somewhere more comfortable. Like your room. Lord Harrowmont, you, they appear to be taking your advice. I'd be honored to, fair lady, but only if you can promise the goddess has her eyes turned away. She may blush if she's watching. Meanwhile, I'll refrain from asking why your room would not be an acceptable location. And I'll thank you for not forcing me to bring up that oaf of a man. Ah. Kevin, could you keep it in your pants for 5 seconds? Party's in full swing now. Chance as good as any. It's private rooms on the highest floor of the ship on the other side of the deck. Ah, high society. Let's look at some basics. That is apparently it. So you're probably wondering, why are all those gameplay positives and negatives already there? Because it's the same exact engine. So, statistically speaking, there's a likelihood that all of those positives can literally be copy-pasted from the previous game. If they aren't, that's easier to get rid of than it is to re-add them. So I'm just going to leave them there. You'll notice the only ones that are there are systems. None of those are content. Oh, of course, I forgive your boorish presence. How many men wealthy enough to organize parties like this in the sky? If my guests are satisfied, I've done my job. So this is just a minor diversion compared to what the future holds for us. To the Marquis Ballard, known for his extravagant spending. And this guy's the president of that one big jeweler, Corys & Co. Hopefully they'll keep our friend occupied for a while. We're here merely so you can enjoy the party to the fullest. I said that no mask can hope to disguise the beauty of your ivory white skin. Or the luster of those fine red lips. Gee, the flatterer. Why does she have to choose a party like this to feel unwell? I hope she isn't faking it to say it in her room. Must she oppose me at every turn? Why is that turquoise? Who screwed with this? Was it you, Maze? It was you! Shall we green? Yeah, That's very strange. I mean, that's pretty much exactly what happened to Darker, if you remember. Something to drink, so we have well-aged Steinrose. Conrad Company might have made a lot of progress in the last 10 years, but that was all thanks to the Reinford Group. They couldn't have done a thing by themselves. They got no right to act big. They must realize their place. Truly is a spectacular ship. I'm getting sick and tired of looking at the gloomy skies of the capital. So it's a wonderful change of scenery. To make sure that most of it done. Yeah, some of the sprites on the tables aren't nailed down as well as others, for lack of a better way to put that. Aw, no camera here. Yeah, the capital is positively suffocating. I try to get away from it as often as I can, so I spend all my time off to my villa to the south. The chefs here ordinarily work at my hotel, I'll have you know. They may be working in a different environment, with different equipment, but that's no excuse for slacking off. I just need to keep a watchful eye on them to make sure they don't slip. Stop it, Dad. You're just embarrassing yourself. You're as guests today. We're supposed to be enjoying ourselves, not concerning ourselves with the party's organization. Now go greet that Conrad fellow. Here in the Lusitania, we'll be striving to meet your every need. Please do let us know if there's anything we can do for you. A surprising coincidence finding here. I wasn't aware you hadn't been invited here. It happened while you were in Oria Hard, buying a furs, perhaps? Still, I would very much appreciate you to keep this a secret from my husband. I wouldn't dream of telling him. Still, if you really want to ensure I won't, I could do it for a little favor. See, I can't find any furs that meet my standards in the capital. Maybe you could introduce me to somewhere where I could find some. Pardon me, have you seen my wife around? I keep telling her not to go wandering off without telling me, but she never listens. Humph, humph, harumph. Tonight's dish of choice is steamed abalone with cream, made to the highest standard. I insist you'll try it. No thanks. You're much none about the ways of the world, old man. The national government's more or less a collection of civil servants with flaws and weaknesses. You can get anything out of it as long as you know the right buttons to push. What does that upstart chancellor think he is? All he's done since marching into politics from the army is pass one unpleasant law after another. I can't understand how he thinks. Where's the benefit in appeasing commoners all the time? I have decided that I like this Osborne fellow. There's plenty of entertainment to look forward to this weekend. Ferland de Seal's concert will be beginning soon. And at 11, there'll be an opera. Ooh, an opera. I can't wait to fall asleep during it. Strange. Felt like someone was watching me for a minute. Forget it. I got work to do. Highest floor, other side of the deck. Yeah, you actually already said that. It's supposed to be the latest model from Rhineford. Certainly comfortable enough to be. I'll have to try and travel on it again whenever I can. Even the furnishings is the highest class. I have to say, I'm impressed. We even came with a customary tira bomb. The treasure chest reveals itself to be a crafty mimic, and licks your unsuspecting hand. Better break out the disinfectant. Please refrain from talking loudly. You're talking about when they couldn't use orbments all of a sudden on the southern edge? I heard even trains and international flights to the region had to be stopped. I haven't a clue what caused it all, though. Can't imagine it was that serious, at least. I have rumors the cause was a new weapon developed by Liberal's army, though. It sounds more serious to me. But it's hard to be sure since the government issued a ban on talking about the whole thing after the fact. Without any official announcements, no matter, all we're left with is hearsay. Cute. I just can't relax. Everything's so fancy and luxurious. It's too much for an old man like me. Excuse me, I assume you must be an invited guest? The party's at the end of the corridor. Thank you, miss. The message. Remember, there is but one truth. Love is eternal. Message is following the stairs ahead and stepping out to the main deck. I find gazing at the stars while enjoying the night breeze an especially relaxing way to pass the time. Oh god, they've got gambling. Of course they've got gambling. It's gotta be black this time. It's been red 5 times now. The next one has to be black, surely. Spending money is all about having fun, you know. Whether you win or lose is a trivial detail. You need only focus on enjoying the act of spending. People who obsess over winning above all else are base fools who have no right to be here. 300,000 Mira on Red 21. I have no words. I really actually am lost for words on that one. This club is part of the Alicia chain of high-class clubs, which has its main branch at the capital. We'd expect its employees to be trained to the highest caliber. You'd be right. Speaking of, perhaps I ought to sample some of the wine now. That was a well-earned victory. Easy to tell you're a real veteran when it comes to card games. What would you like to do now, sir? Played rather well yourself. What do you say to another game? I'm up for another. Shuffle, shuffle. Just in a quick game? No, no, no. Guess the party over the room at the end of the hall must be in full swing now. Just you watch, one day I'll be rich and famous enough to go to fancy schmancy parties too. Not sitting at that station, you will not. Spent what little money we have just to get you on this ship today. This is the life rich people in our country lead. Burn this sight into your memory and never forget it. I'm counting on you to make your way into this world when you're older and make life easy for me. Ho 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 ho. Oh, I'm going to murder you. Do you know what defenestration means? Would you like to? I'm gonna grow up to become a soldier and get famous and rich, right? If it gets me spending time on eat ships like that, sure. Pine Fresh. Hello, Cap. We need to talk. I found an invitation to the costume party. What should I do with it? Yeah, what'd you pick it up for? This was only for the super rich people in the first classrooms, not the rest of us. Still. Is the staircase that leads to observation? Yes, please go ahead. Thanks. Goodbye. So this is that new passenger model I've heard so much about. Can't say I'm familiar with the sound of its engines anyway. I assume they must be a new model. Oh, no, sorry. Lusitania, why are you so beautiful? I do wish your top speed was a little faster than 1000 APH. But nothing can beat you when it comes to sheer size and capacity. Fitting a whole 1000 people on board isn't something every airship can boast. Sorry for calling you out here on a note like this, but I have so wanted to meet with you. But then you came all the way down this ship just for that? You do know what will happen if my father finds out, don't you? If your father were to find out... Don't worry, father will never know. Yeah, I don't know what 1000, I think that's meters per second is. Or no, sorry, per hour. That's much slower. Staircase leads to Sir Conrad's private room. Oh, I figured you'd say something. Sorry, though. This is going to be your lucky day. Looks like I'm dealing with a bunch of Jaeger dropouts. Doesn't seem well trained either. This will be cake. I wish every job I had was this easy. Oh god, it's gonna be awful, Darkrai. Talk about pointlessly fancy. Where's he hitting it? I bet that's not the only switch. Multiple switches. And here we go. Everything so far has been completely in line with what I expected, which means that... Password is Orpheus. Really? Looks like my target this time is one of the toys our friends decided to spread around for fun. I love how there's actually sacks of coins over there in the corner. Just sacks of coins. Fool's Locket, huh? Been an artifact lets bear pass all but the most obvious lies as the complete truth. Really not the kind of thing a shady weapons dealer should have in his possession. Yeah. What's going on here? What happened to the two who are on guard here? We're fast asleep. Seems like whoever did use a dart or spray of some kind. Dealing with someone in the same business as us. But keep him locked in here until the party's over. Give a report to Master Conrad after. What do you think of the odds that he's not acting alone? Judging by the camera footage, I don't think it's high. That said, there's a chance he's got backup. He just hasn't acted in yet. I'd say better off marking all invited guests. Marking all invited guests for the time being. Wouldn't want to let anyone slip through our sights. Did you just laugh at us? Something funny? Oh, no, I just thought I should probably apologize for underestimating you. I'd written you off as untrained Jaeger dropouts, but maybe you've got more going for you than I was giving you credit for. You got guts, I'll give you that. I've got no idea how you came to be here, but you should know that Master Conrad is not a merciful man. Don't think you're going to get out of this in one piece. You're in for such a world of pain, you'll wish you killed yourself while you had the chance. That doesn't sound like a fun time. Sadly for you, I've already got my next date lined up, so I don't want to take you up on that. Oh yeah, I probably should have said this earlier. You really might want to step back from the door. Like, a lot. The door was designed to withstand a direct hit from an orbital cannon. You guys have no idea how hard it is to hold back with that one. Not a huge fan of using it, but I mean, you didn't give me much choice. Oh my god, it was Kevin. It's a joke, right? A priest? Yep, I'm legit and everything, too. So if you're interested in making any confessions, I'd be happy to listen to them. Extra cheap, limited time offer. You guys would have a lot to confess. Let's do this. I was hoping more of a what you charge people kind of reaction. Oh well, I guess I don't mind cutting the chase this time. Come get some.
Still a ways to go.
All right. Heard rumors about them, but damn. As curious as I am, I'm probably better off not asking about what kind of rumors you've heard. Don't worry though, I'm only here for your client. You go ahead and have a nice long nap on the floor, okay? You'll live to see tomorrow. Okay, got what I came for. Now to get back to the party and wrap this job up. Sucks I have to go without taking that lady up on her offer, though. She's looking pretty darn fine. And it was obvious her husband was giving her enough squeeze. And again, I shouldn't go playing with fire too much, huh? You can still go back, I'm just saying. She's still at the party. No? Okay.
Take this! Take this! All right, what's next?
A priest with a crossbow. When did they get these things here?
Take this! All right, what's next?
What's going on? We're gonna crash, are we? You wouldn't follow the air on me, would you, Lusitania? Poor guy missed a chance to run away. There's something familiar about him, but I'll just leave him alone. Yeah, did these two run? They did. Blind person ran, too.
Take this!
Death to the rich. And to the living.
Take this! Take this! All right, what's next?
What's with the tuba in the song? How many thugs did he have on this ship? Jeez Louise. But yeah, near as I could tell, the, oh God, what are they called? Septian Church? It's pretty legit. That's not something the games have violated so far. Yeah, let me just cast Earthquake on board an airship.
Still a ways to go.
We can't be evil, we killed Weissman. The name of the Northern Jaegers. We won't let you go any further. So you really are an active Jaeger Corps. Pretty famous one to boot. You're like, it stuff's going rough for your country and all, but can I just ask you to, I don't know, step aside? How dare you? Do you know what do you know about the hardships endured by our people? We won't allow ourselves to be shamed with defeat here, not as long as we suffer. Okay. Enjoy suffering defeat. Good morning, Dragon.
Take this! All right, what's next?
It's commotion. We believe there's an intruder, sir. And a competent one at that. An intruder, just what do you think? Oh, I pay. Just what do you think I'd pay Good Mirror to hire you for? I don't care if he's alive or full of holes. Get rid of him. Oh, getting me dead or alive is too much to ask of those guys. The hell are you? The priest? No! Yeah, I figured with something like this in your position, you'd at least have heard of us. Dare you? Give that back, that's mine! Wrong answer. This belongs to the goddess, and it needs to be rightfully returned to her. Not something mere mortals like you should be keeping for yourselves. Kill him. Kill him and get me back my locket, now! Herman Conrad, in accordance with the laws of the church, in the name of Ideas, I am placing you under arrest. You stand charged with unauthorized possession of and illegal use of an artifact. Don't think you can get away with this. Might be the church, but I'm a ride for director if you lay a hand on me. Oh, don't worry, we cleared this to the big guys already. I'm sure you got a pretty good idea of how recklessly you've been acting with this thing, right? You've been causing a whole lot of trouble for a whole lot of people, you know? It's like you have a habit of making themselves no shortage of money, and you've done a stellar job of that. Let's just accept your luck's run out and come quietly, okay? So. No! Just couldn't make this easy for me, could you? I'm just being a piece of cake. Catching guys like this alive is more like trying to sneak off with the whole damn thing. Stop right there, criminal scum! Aw, you pulled out all the stops just for little old me. I get why you guys are so popular. That's some quick work getting all dolled up and ready to take me down. Silence! You might have had your way before, but that's not how it's going to be this time. Just, you know, there's an entire company of us on the ship. Where? And for that matter, why? Even if you have a hostage you can use against us, we've got nowhere to run. We're all lucky boys and girls today, huh? If this idiot here had been branded a heretic, I would have had to hunt each and every one of you down to the last member. Oh, then let it get to you. Keep up the good work for your homeland or whatever. Just don't give us any reason to slaughter you in the process. Impossible. These Growlsritters are monsters. And there's Mysterious Man, who is watching us. It's quite a splendid show. But our tale's only just beginning, Kevin Graham. After all, I have only just awoken. God, that actually startled me. Did I tell you I got copy wronged for the last video? Oh, it's of the you can't monetize it type of copy wrong. But for everyone who's like, oh no, they totally let you do the things. They totally do copy wrong things. Yeah, they do. Well, I guess Ren's in this. And Olivier. Interesting approach. cheaper to produce. You notice that? Very, very little animation. Mostly just stills with a camera pan. Hello, Czar. Septian Church, Carl's Ritter operated special ops airship Merkaba number 5. Congratulations on completing your operation, sir. My thoughts exactly. Seemed to be a rather easy one for you in the end, too. Compared to what they're usually like, it was. If I had a bit more time, I could have enjoyed some private time with a real gem of a woman, too. But I'll have to settle for crying myself to sleep tonight. Not this again. So you want another earful from the commander. You might want to start taking your work more seriously. I know. Lighten up a little, Will. I swear I'll never get how you hard-headed types end up assigned with a slacker like me. I think it was a shock, but you are a Dominion. We can't very well have you acting alone without some kind of backup. As long as you're here and the ship is under your command, slacker or no, we're here too. Even then, you got a lot less squires in your service than you should have. Maybe you should take the chance to gather up a few more. I think I'm gonna have to pass. Just make it even harder for me to work on my own. I thought you'd say that. We'd prefer it if you'd actually trust us to help you a little more, sir. I mean, all we could do in the salt pail operation was transport the thing. You say that as if transporting isn't a huge responsibility itself. After all, the last thing we wanted was him catching wind of it and becoming wary of us. Something wrong? Oh, not a thing. Anyway, per the original plan, we need to get back to Arteria ASAP. We should be able to reach there by noon tomorrow, or today now, I guess. Where's that from? Arteria, apparently. It's a call from Commander Selnate. Oh, you're kidding me. Any call for right after mission is always a bad, bad sign. Let's get this over with. Put her on. Evening, Kevin. Sounds like you did well. Fill me in on the details. Basically went without issue. Artifact was the Fool's Locket. Signs of society involvement, but looks like they've cut any ties with them a long time ago. As I thought then. Good work all around. I'll say you deserved a well-earned rest, but unfortunately I can't grant you one right now. And here we go. Something the matter? Just dandy. Please continue. Well then, as much as I hate to spring this on you immediately after finishing one mission, I've got something I'd like you to do for me. Regarding a heretic, I assume? And not this time. All I want you to do is pick something up. The object in question is currently being held underneath the Grancel Cathedral. Grancel? Could this object maybe somehow related to the Oriole? It's a distinct possibility. Am I counting you to handle that? Alright. That said, we've already got one artifact on the ship that he's transporting back, so I'll let the crew take that to Arteria. I'll handle going to Liberal on my own. That's fine with me. Oh, incidentally, you won't actually be alone. I've dispatched a rookie squire to aid you. They'll be serving you from now on, so do play nice, won't you? Wait a minute, just wait just 1 minute. You can't just spring a rookie on me out of nowhere like this. Meetings ordained by the goddess always come suddenly and unannounced. Don't worry, though. Yeah, they won't be a burden. Their abilities that can sure turn the training were truly something special. I'll be praying for your success. Ugh. Well, congrats on the new recruit. We were just saying you could do with more squires. I'm so not down. I can't believe this. She never changes, I swear. Good morning, Yana. Only all the people reading that book had any idea what a hellion she is in real life. Oh, that's Cornelia. I was wondering whether publishing it was really a good idea, to be honest. The complete advertisement saying we exist to the world. If anything, I'd say the book that wild just serves to make people less likely to believe we really exist. And the heroine died in it, which is obviously a big fat lie. If they'd actually met her, they'd know she's the kind of woman who'd probably take a bullet to the head and ask for a cigarette first thing. I think we should probably refrain from commenting here. Anyway, you guys heard her. I'm going to leave care of everything else to our mission to you guys. Just follow the money trail. Might be some hidden accounts we don't know about. What are you doing from here? We'll need to return to Arteria, obviously, but we can drop you off somewhere. Put me down in the old state we passed on the way there. Preferably near a town that has international flights, I guess. Looks like the sun started coming up. Damn you, sun. Prologue. We have now begun the prologue. Same day, afternoon. The skies of Midwestern Zemuria, roughly 500 sell from Libero. The international airliner Gretna. And Dorothy, apparently. Who was wasting way too much film. Jeez Louise. Dorothy! Dorothy! Stop taking pictures! Quit it! Quit it! Oh my god. They're just birds. Oh, they're out of sight now. Wonder if they're busy migrating. Looks like they can't keep up with the ship, though. Guess not every bird is as fast as Sieg. They were just the cutest. Now look who it is. I know you. It really is you. Long time no see, Dorothy. Sure wasn't expecting to run into you here. What a coincidence, huh? It really is. Good to see you again, too. Father... You don't remember my name, do you? Don't be silly, of course I do! It's... It's Onion Graham! Petition to rename Kevin Onion? Of course. How lucky am I to be named after such a multi-purpose plant? I'm gonna name Dorothy. You really did forget, didn't you? And it somehow managed to remember the last time like it was nothing. I was just being silly. A couple of days ago, I had this amazing onion hot pot over the eastern quarter in Calvert, so I've still got onions on the brain. I couldn't believe a hot pot with just onions could taste that good, but I swear it did. It was so comforting and sweet. So that's why I ended up saying onions to your name. Whatever. If you insist on you haven't forgotten, what is my name, though? I do insist. I never forget. It's lovely to see you again. Jasmine Graham. Of course, how lucky I am to be named after such a fragrant plant. That might be an actual name this time, but it's a woman's name. Oh, I see. Yeah. So you're here to carry out a follow-up investigation of all that trouble that happened earlier in the year? That's about the gist, yeah. Come to think of it, how'd you end up on an international liner like this? You said you're in the Eastern Quarter, right? Were you there to write about it for the Liberal News? Yep. Niall actually lets me go out on my own this time. I was daring of him. I tried want to let you handle traveling abroad for a report alone. Then again, I'd only be taking on positions of responsibility that people can probably grow, so... I've done plenty of that. I mean, I wasn't sure what I'd do when I ended up in Calvert instead of the Bows, but I managed just fine. Wait a second. Niall told you to go to Bows, not Calvert? He sure did. Then I got on the airship, fell asleep, and before I knew it, I was chilling out in Calvert's capital. Sounds like you got the wrong airship to me. Let my brain catch up. So you were in the Republic for literally days when you weren't even supposed to be there at all? Do you even have enough money to manage, or do you have a passport? Well, fortunately, there was someone from the Liberalian embassy at the airport who could issue me a temporary passport, so that was okay. And then tons of people were really nice to me and helped me while I was there. So I had all the dough a girl could ask for. I don't even know where to start. Now I must be worried sick about you. You think? He didn't sound so hot when I called yesterday. Just say I'd be coming back to the office today. keep telling him all that smoking is bad for him, but he never listens. I don't think you can pin the crime on tobacco this time, Missy. Thank you for taking this journey aboard the Gretna. We're arriving at our terminal, Grand Cell City, in roughly 30 minutes. Take this chance to check that you have all your belongings. Sounds like we're almost there. I have to walk. You go do whatever. It's not often I get to take an international liner like this. Right, Dorothy. And then Kevin hits on her. So, you want to spend the next 30 minutes in my cabin? Wait, they don't have cabins on these things, do they? Damn it! Never mind. Yes, we are going to the Airbay Villa. I can't believe you consider fishing instead. Listen, PB Good Fate. Aww. That mother needs to let her kid see the outside. And just, you know, actually be a mother. I know parenting's hard, but that's sort of the point. That guy's wife just left him. Meanwhile, they're on an... Oh, is it these two? Oh my god, it is. Oh my god, it's the married couple from Roland. The ones who proposed in front of Grand Cell. Yeah, they actually had a wedding scene, which I did off camera back in the last game. It was one of those, nothing indicates it's there, but if you, during the walk around the whole liberal section, if you go to the Roland wedding hall cathedral thing, they're like, hey! And the wedding happened. It was very cute. It's one of the reasons, one of several reasons, Roland got more positives than every other town did. Why do I have to go see him? This is so annoying. I'm 16, you know. Why do I have to have him butting into my business? I am old enough to do whatever the hell I want without him butting into my business, is exactly what she just said. Yep, she's an old woman now. She's 16. Dorothy. That's not something you normally tell strangers with the cameras in their hands. I'm on to you, mister. You can't distract me. This is a serious news report. Please answer the questions. Oh. Yeah, I can't tell a tough guy. I can't tell a tough guy like me wanted to be a pastry chef. Dorothy. Let it come. It's the last spot the ancient dragon was sighted. There's no information on where it went after it showed up here, so I want to try and pursue it. This is the best time. As we land, I'm going to need to talk to Linda and see if he knows anything. You're dragon hunting. All system stuff, Braven. Save system's the same. Music is probably going to be about the same. Quality of life features for running away from battles are probably going to be the same. Etc., etc. Same with the negatives, actually. Although, you know, if I can be bold for a second, I do find it funny that you were like the 6th or 7th person who's like, wow, that's a lot of positives for this early. And it's like, I know games that could legitimately earn that many content positives in an hour. I think we're just programmed to assume that not much happens in RPGs. The Republic was a wonderful place, too, but you can't beat the air in Little Bears. I don't believe all this stuff happened half a year ago at Groundsel now, either. It's not completely back to normal. People are sure strong for what's usually such a peaceful company. And country, excuse me. Well, it's a country ruled by a queen. Everyone knows women are tough in the face of adversity. Yeah, Pearl 2 is another good example. I'm not sure whether you're a perfect example of that or the opposite. You're right about the air, though. It is nice. Nostalgic, almost. Makes me feel homesick. I need to finish Nostalgia someday. Your home's in Arteria, right? Place with all the really big churches and stuff? Nah, I'm not actually from Arteria. Not many people are. Actually pretty darn small, like smaller than most states around the continent. It's where the high seat of the Septian Church is. Oh, so it's the Vatican. Where are you from, then? Dorothy. Or, I guess that should be Lucy. Home, did you miss me? I miss you. Of course I missed you. What in ideas name have you been doing? Since you're Bose, how'd you end up at Calvert? You're definitely on the westbound line, I'm sure of it. I don't know. Oh, wait, I might actually know. Go on, then, spit it out. Well, I bet I'm a sleepwalker. You're on the right airship, I fell asleep and sleepwalked under the wrong one. I think all this could turn out to be part of some elaborate murder plot. All of a sudden, I feel like I've walked right into a mystery novel. Dorothy. Sleepwalkers don't change airships. I'm all out of breath now. All right. I really do think you should cut down your smoking. You're not as young as you used to be. Right, your 30th birthday was last Friday, too, wasn't it? Happy birthday. I bought you a cake over in Calvert and had a big celebration for it, too. How is it you remember useless crap like that and not the things that actually matter? I think you're just looking for an excuse to eat cake by yourself, were you? You should have seen it. It was made with Eastern matcha, so it's unlike any cake I'd ever seen. Perfect blend of sweetness and bitterness was just sublime. I took lots and lots of cute pictures of it. I'll show you them later. You brought me pictures of a cake? At least bring back a souvenir. I always felt like they could go into business as a comedy to make money off it, but they're even more of a crack up now. Wait a second. Yeah, nice to see you again now. You're looking same old, though maybe not happy about that. What are you doing here? Please tell me she's not going to Arcteria and causing trouble there too. Your wish is my command. We just ran into another on the airship by total coincidence. That's all. Oh, good. You had me worried for a minute. I was scared stiff she'd gone and smashed some super expensive stained glass window in the cathedral of who knows what or who knows where. So sorry for what you have to put up with. You're too much of a worry, Mark. Whose fault do you think that is? It's good to see you, good father. What brings you to the barrel? Something else about to happen? Just work-related stuff I gotta take care of. It's not part of a major investigation. Don't get your hopes up. Nothing of interest is gonna happen. I'll be the judge of that. Anyway, where are you staying for the time being? Groundsel Cathedral? I'll have to drop by and say hi sometime. Go for it. In the meantime, I'm dragging your butt right back to the office, Dorothy. You can tell us all about what the hell you've been doing these past 2 weeks. You betcha. I snapped photos of every meal I had while I was over in Calvert, so I'm sure if we develop them, I'll be sure to remember everything. I'm not talking about your gourmet report. So those two together really makes it sink in that I'm back here. Thinking about it, I wonder how all the others are doing. I know Estelle and Josh are abroad at the moment, but I have no idea what the others are up to. Is that you, Father Graham? It's Sid? It is Sid this time. Okay. It's Cassius's clone! I'm pleased to see you've been keeping well since last we met at the banquet. Same to you, sir. I gotta say, I wasn't expecting you to be the army representative who came to meet me, though. Heard to be Julia. May have been, but she's currently on another mission, so unfortunately you'll have to make do with me. I had anything better to do, so I came in her place. No need to be so modest. Little bird told me you're going to be promoted to full colonel soon, aren't you? I wouldn't be surprised your people have such good information network, but yes, I still am. I'm afraid I feel the position is too much responsibility for me as I am. Brigadier General Bright still has plenty of work left in him, too. I wouldn't want to take any of it from him. Poor Cassie's still getting work to the bone, huh? Anyway, getting out of business, it's in Granthal Cathedral, right? That's correct. It's being kept underneath it. It's been kept underneath it, to be more specific, though I imagine you're already aware of that much. I hear laymen like myself can't even enter it without knight's permission. Pretty much, it's a special place, you see. I'll fill you in on the details when we get there. There's someone I want you to meet in the cathedral. Oh. Let's just say it's someone who's been assisting with the case. They'll be apprising you of details once you get there. Okay. Ice cream, get your ice cream. Weissman flavored salty ice cream. Ah, there you are. It's good to see you again, Archbishop. You look well. And you must be... I wasn't expecting you to be quite this young. How old are you? What? 22. It's a lot younger than I expected. Are the Gralsrid really so short-staffed at handing out the most important posts to kids? You can't blame me for assuming the Fifth Dominion would look more like a vet, can you? Your surprise is written all over your face. Someone in your position should have a much better poker face than that. Maybe you need to redo your training from scratch. Or just acting, I wonder. How do you... Mr. Russell, please. He isn't here for you to try and pick a fight with him. Please try and be a little less deliberately provocative. Hell no. He's here to steal the thing we went through so much effort to bring up, and you want me to play nice? And kindly don't call me that ever again. I don't want to be addressed in the same way as that old coot. Of course not. Wait, Russell? Are you... Suppose I should introduce myself. I'm Erica Russell. I'm sure it's not a name you're going to forget anytime soon. Is she Tita's mother? I guess we'll find out in a minute. Still, I'm sure I didn't expect to run into a little Tita. Literal seconds later. I heard you and your husband were both living abroad. What brought you back? What do you think? After all that went down here, there was no way I was staying out of the country any longer than I had to. With how remote the region we were in was, it was all over the place. It was all over by the time word reached us. If we found out sooner, I'm sure we wouldn't have let that maniac pull half the crap he did. Doesn't sound like you're too happy with the professor nowadays, huh? Talk about an understatement. That whack job actually took my little girl to that floating city with him. I get he's soft towards her, but that's no excuse for exposing her to danger. That's fair. If that isn't bad enough, you let that red-headed scumbag get near her, too. That utter cretin isn't fit to be within 50 arg of my darling Tita, never mind actually getting friendly with her. So, you don't like Agate, huh? Don't you speak of that filthy name in front of me ever again. Oh, when I'm finished with him, he'll wish he'd never been born. Might have survived the last onslaught, but we'll see how he fares against an even more powerful unit, won't we? I get the feeling this is a matter we better off not prying into. Not that the same, so I don't know any more about it than you do. Incidentally, the professor you're more familiar with is currently vacationing abroad. As such, she's been assisting us in his place. Let's see. You two listening to me? Of course. Whatever. Staircase sure is long, though. How much farther do we have to go? Not much, as far as I know. Just a few more minutes. Good morning, Walker. Happy Sunday. Ugh, umbrella parents. Or, no, helicopter parents, excuse me. Hope you've got a good explanation for this. I do. This isn't a dead end, but to go any further, I'm going to need to undertake a ritual of sorts. Let's certainly take a turn for the strange. It's an example of the church's famous thaumaturgy. It's something like that, yeah. Specifically, I'd like you to undertake a form of suggestion. I'm not sure I follow. You must have promised not to tell anyone we see here, right? That's a little extreme, so no. The Colonel is obviously going to need to report what happened here to his superiors, for one thing. All I want you to do is promise you won't tell anyone who you aren't certain you can trust. I don't need you to say it. I just need you to think and believe it. Weird, but alright. If that's all you want, so be it. Should we deliberately repeat it in our minds? You don't need to do that. It should just be completely natural. Alright, here goes. In the name of she who dwells above, I hold this consecrated septia. Space's golden glow, consciousness's silver glow. By your opposing natures reveal to them the path that leads to your sacrament. How'd the door appear? How did that door appear? It's more like that. Thank you both for your assistance. I can see you're true to your word. So if you just said it but didn't mean it, we wouldn't be able to see anything, right? I can hardly believe what happened. I imagine it'd be uncouth of me to ask how this works. Yeah, I'd rather you didn't. Anyway, come on in. As I say, I got the impression Kevin could already see the door. Because, you know, he's already gone through it. All these years, I had no idea such a place lay hidden beneath the Grand Cell Cathedral. That's not exactly something we publicize. It was built in accordance with the agreements between the Church and the royal family. It has but one purpose, to suppress the power of ancient artifacts and keep their influence in check. Its importance to Grosvenor is quite clear, then. I assume there are similar ones in places other than Liberl as well. I won't deny it. Anyway, we call this place a primal ground? Yeah, there's a deep name if I've heard one. Is the original ground the others are based on in Arturia? I'll take that as a yes. I'm not confirming anything. I was just thinking about how much you'd take after the other Professor Russell's all. I'll thank you not to associate me with him. He might trump me a little more on the theoretical side, but when it comes to practical side, I could beat him in my sleep. I was the one who designed the fundamental systems of the Capo and the Arce, you know. Were you the one who managed to make a field that pushed back against the orbital phenomenon on the fly with no prep work inside of a week? Just wondering. I think we're getting off topic here. Look, I'm sorry. Russell has plenty of applied sciences. This is the object in question, right? That's correct. It was pulled up 3 days ago from the area where the Liberl Ark sank. We believe it to be an artifact. 3 days prior, at the center of Valeria Lake. I mean, of course they have a salvage operation. Why wouldn't they have a salvage operation? Something going down already, huh? The spot's turned out to be a bust. We'll probably have to call it quits for today. You can only hope. Sir Russell's certain this is the area where she'd be looking. Yep. If she says it's here, it's here. Unfortunately, as you know, Valeria's lake is about as deep as a lake can get. And how small the thing is we're looking for, actually finding could be a real task and a half. Is it likely to be small, though? The orbital readings suggest we're dealing with quite the large object. Well, I wouldn't judge its size based off of those. Professor. Hey there, kiddo. Finished getting a new estimated location? Just about. Real swell if you knocked off with the kiddo, though. Not sure it's the most appropriate way to address a married woman. Much less one has already popped out a child. Sorry, old habits die hard, you know? Hard to make the switch when I've been calling you that since you're about knee-high. I'll let you off this time. Back to work. Can you ask your subordinates to stand down for the time being, Colonel? Is this the spot, then? Are we able to calculate exactly where the object is? Give or take an ARG, yes. Judging by the readings, what we're trying to pull up isn't all that big, either. What about 50 reg? Maybe less. You serious? I'm dealing with a real monster, not something the size of Antony. Still, if it does turn out to be an artifact, this could be problematic. Unfortunately, the church isn't going to want to let us keep it, that's for sure. I can't stand them. No matter how hard you work to get your hands on something, the second it turns out to be an artifact, they swoop in like it's their goddess-given right to have it. Ticks me off. Easy there. We don't know for sure it even is an artifact yet. Regardless, I'll pass on the message to my subordinates right away. I'll leave the rest to you, Gustav. You got it. Let's see what we're dealing with, yeah? That's the spot. Go on ahead. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Erica inside of 2 scenes. It fills me with dread. Salvage crane sound like it's in poor condition to you? Oh, that's not what I meant. I can't bring myself to like artifacts. Can't explain how they have the power they do, but they have it. That's not something we can ignore either. As a researcher, I could barely imagine anything more frustrating. Even when we can't help but be captivated by them, we're well aware that any attempt to solve their mysteries is pointless. I see. Put it that way, I can understand to a degree how you must feel. Half a year has passed since all the chaos came to the end, and on the surface we're back to normal. But even now, we still don't know what truly happened, or what it signified. Not that I was here to see it all happen, of course. Crane's arm reached the bottom of the lake. One attempt to grip the object. Swing and a miss. 30 right to the right. There we go. Want to pull it up? Please do. As I say, Russell's been pretty legit consistently. Apparently none of that rubbed off on his daughter. Which probably makes him a bad parent. It's bad parents all the way down. Just like in real life. Yeah, there were orbital readings coming from the artifact when he found it, but not anymore. I don't need to spell the significance of that, do I? No, it's plain as day why you decided to stay and wait for me now. If an artifact has lost its power, it's exempt from traditional agreements governing them and doesn't need to be given to the church. Is that it? You already understand me so well. We can get to the chase then. The orbital readings disappeared just before we handed the artifact to the cathedral, as it so happens. It's currently being looked after here, but the formal procedures to transfer ownership have yet to be completed, making its legal owner unclear. So in your expert opinion, what should be done here? That was a tricky one. I'm assuming Literel wants to assert ownership in this situation, right? If anything, it's the professor who wants that. I'm merely here accompanying her as a representative of the Royal Army. The only reason it's not lying at the bottom of the Valerial Lake right now is because of CCF's salvage efforts. I'd say we have every right to keep it, personally. What I've heard, it's completely impossible to analyze an artifact that's no longer active. I don't see how to be of any use to your research as things stand now. You sure you wanted that badly? Oh, absolutely. Talk about an object found at the site of a massive flying city used to be. Might not have seen it happen, but it sounds like everything we thought we knew about the world was more or less proven wrong. You know, by the truth you people in the church have kept hidden for the past 1,000 years. As for the Ouroboros group, they don't make much more sense than you guys. I want to hear about their advances in technology, the less I can work out how it's even possible. I don't know what the truth is or what's really happening, but I can't stand by and feign disinterest in knowing answers anymore. But I'm far from alone. So long as there's the slightest chance the artifact could shed light on all of what I want to know, I want it. You've made your point, Professor. It's not as though interrogating will achieve everything. Well, you've heard what I've got to say. It's up to you to tell us what you're going to do. Will you hand over the lump of metal, or won't you? A brief hesitation was all it took to spawn a great evil. Who the hell are you? He crawled through the fields, ran through the hills, and spread disaster in the skies above. An excerpt from the Book of Ezer, verse 2, Disaster Unleashed. Yeah, usually put that under pacing, Lucas Slaughter. And yeah, this already is feeling more like the first game than the second game. I mentioned I didn't find much about behind the scenes in this game, but I did notice one thing. It was actually specifically something about the second game. We all know that the first game was supposed... Well, it was the first two games were supposed to be one game. Everybody knows that. What I did find when I was looking into the development of the second game was that about midstream into the second game, they decided they wanted to tell a whole other story, but they decided not to put that in the second game. So in the middle of developing 2, they actually started developing 3 as like a finale, epilogue, a guidance story type thing. This is apparently why they named it a bit differently, rather than calling it TC, calling it the third, to signify that. Ugh. But I mentioned that because from a development pipeline perspective, that means this was the side game that didn't get as much time and attention. You'll also notice it took less time to develop than the previous 2 games in the Japanese releases. My name is Rise Argent. Reese? I am Squire of the Growlsritter. Look forward to working under you. I don't think we'd end up having more company. Wait a second. Something the matter? So that's how they think they can get me, is it? But they can't just bribe me so easily. I'm better than that. They underestimated the Growlsritter. They can break my will to fight by sending a girl like you my way, do they? But I'm not going to go down so easily because I got a secret weapon of my own. Behold, the most powerful force in the universe. I mean... Isn't she cute? Isn't she? I bet you just want to jump on this photo and squeeze her like a stuffed toy right now, don't you? I should have known a cutie patootie like you would be able to appreciate the same qualities in others. What? Anyway, that's why no matter how frickin' adorable you may be, you can't take me down, because I've got natural immunity. I beg your pardon, I'm afraid I'm not really following. You keep saying someone is cute, but are you referring to me? Who else would I be talking about? You've got such an aura of maturity, yet your features still have that irresistible trait. What is this dialogue? This... Imagine you see someone for the first time. Yeah, excuse me, ma'am, this is a Wendy's. Oh my god. You've got such an aura of maturity about you, and yet your features still have that irresistible trace of innocence to them. And then they throw you into a sister's habit to compliment it like a little cherry on top. That's the most flattering habit I've ever seen. If I didn't have to buy protective field, I'd be in real danger here. Yeah, okay, this is a question mark, but I'm gonna put a question mark character Erica here, because what? What in the world? I'm also going to jot down something here while we're here. And I'll just jot this one too while we're here. Make some notes here, because these are the ones that I'm most uncertain about. Nothing, Kennex Cow. You just read nothing. Hey, Sour Cookie. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Insanity. Why are you looking at me like that? I'm just saying. Might I inquire to the identities of the people with you, Father Graham? Sure, Ladies Professor Erica Russell of the ZCF. Well, the gentleman is Lieutenant Colonel Sid of the Royal Army. Seriously, the Father Graham? Really? Ah, see the people initially discovered the artifact then. Thank you for your cooperation in our work. We will take over looking after it from here on out. That'll be all. Wait, what? Hold on a minute, we haven't finished deciding what to do with it yet. Perhaps not, but my intention was to save you the time and effort required to do so by making the correct judgment myself. Whether it's lost its power or not, that is no ordinary artifact. It is potentially related to one of the Septarians. I'm surprised you even humored the option of letting an outsider take custody of it. I mean... Well, you know how to pick a fight. Go on then, what legal basis do you have for taking it from us? The agreements with the Church quite clearly say artifacts have lost their power exempt from the usual rules. I have no legal basis, but you have no more of the one for keeping it. For following the agreements to the letter, no one is allowed to assert ownership of inactive artifacts. It belongs to neither you nor me. It's simply an abandoned object with no owner whatsoever. Is that all you got? I don't need a reason. It's mine. That's final. To put it bluntly, yes. Well, if that's how you want to play it. Are there any, like, LGBTQ characters in this franchise? Just as a random curiosity. I know that Olivier likes to portray himself as bi, but that might just be part of the mask. Because, you know, fop. Let's see. Triangle strategy. Wing commanders. And Suikoden to R. Thank you, Venters. For 87 months. Good God. Always appreciate. What's your take on this, Kevin Graham? Well, by all means. Me? I thought I'd been kicked out of this conversation. I can't say I don't want to take it back to Arteria with us. After all the help Libero's given us, but I feel bad just snatching it from them without even giving the valid reason. Both arguments have a degree of merit, but neither's clearly more correct. I'm not sure how you'll solve this one. God damn it. You do know you're smack dab in the middle of this too, right? Why do you both look so surprised? What do you mean, why? Did you not hear that? Hear what? Wait it. There's our Rubik's Cube from the intro. No way, that thing wasn't giving off any orbital readings at all. Zero, sip! Why is it suddenly active again? I believe that settles our dispute. It sure does. So the real artifact was inside, huh? Never seen one quite like it. Looks like a box of some kind, or a cube, maybe? Let's just handle that with our bare hands. This is a great idea. Thank two of you for cooperation in recovery of this artifact. In accordance with the Pact of the Church, I, Kevin Graham, assume custody of it from here on out. You and all 8 of you have Septian Church's deepest appreciation. Before time began, there was the cube. Ooh, I thought we were never going to escape. Erica sure doesn't know when to quit. I just realized we've been stuck in a cutscene for the last... Hang on. I have timestamps. "23 minutes. It's kind of a kind way of putting it. Couldn't believe what I was hearing right at the end, though. Just I thought she'd maxed out her crazy talk dispute. She goes and shuts. Well, if you're going to be taking that, I'm taking her. I thought Annalise was one-of-a-kind cuteness freak, but she might actually have some stiff competition. Annalise? Oh, sorry, she's a girl I met while I was here last time. She's a bracer, about your age, I think. Reese? Yes? You're not mad at me, are you? For not keeping in touch with you? Father Graham? Yes? 5 years is a long time. Just as you have changed and progressed in rank significantly over those years, so have I. The Reese Argent standing before you is the squire of the Gralsritter, not the girl you once knew. I have left behind my dark and tragic past, and I have become a stronger, more powerful person as a result of it. And together, I will force you into submission. Sorry. I'm here to serve you and protect you. Nothing more. What, Reese? You need not concern yourself with how I feel. If you don't treat me as a subordinate, there's little reason for me to be here serving you. And with all that talk out of the way, we need to board the last international liner out of Grand Cell, don't we? We should start making our way to the landing port. Wait a sec. Is that your... It was a figment of your imagination. You seem to be tired. I see no other explanation why you're hearing sounds that clearly don't exist in reality. I think you ought to try and have some rest when we read the... As I was saying, I think you try to have some rest. Don't even try to tell me that was my imagination. For a second I thought you changed, but you haven't one bit. You're still the same perpetually hungry Reese I remember. Oh my god, they added a blushing sprite. It's simply a physiological phenomenon. My lack of control is proof I still have plenty of training ahead of me. I only apologize for my own inability. I did not being able to turn off your stomach is something you have to apologize for. Besides, I wouldn't have you anywhere, by the way. You're forever going to be the girl who was always caught sneaking into the kitchen trying to stuff her face to me. I'll be going on ahead. Wait a sec. You're in my way. Please move. I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mean to push my luck. I just got carried away thinking of the old times, that's all. You have no reason to apologize, nor do I see any point in you doing so, because there are a few things in this world that carry less weight than one of your apologies! Ho ho ho! Finally biting back, huh? Well, I've only got a 50-50 chance of you listening to me. So, you knock it off with Father Graham. Or even Father, for that matter. For what reason? I don't know if you're doing it because you feel like you have to, because you want to act all distant, but there's no way I can get used to it. Like, ever. Weirds me out. So, please, call me Kevin, same as you always did. What if I refuse? I'll beg you until you change your mind. I'll get down on my knees if I have to. You certainly would. Well, you know what they say, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I know it's been a while since, but I'm way too set in my ways now. You're 22! The one left me. Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. It was nothing. Still, I can't... You're the one who left me. Still, I can't very well refuse an order from my superior. Oh, no. You're not playing that game. It's not an order. It's a favor. Very important distinction. Ugh. You're so selfish, Kevin. Hey, there we go. That's what I wanted. Just so we're clear. Even if I change now how I address you, the fact that I'm your subordinate hasn't changed in the slightest. Don't forget that. Yeah, I know. We can talk how we used to, but there's no way to turn the clock back the way things used to be. Oh, one more thing. We still got some time till Last Airship leaves. I'll head over to the department store and grab you something you can eat. I like the sound of that. I propose buying all the bread they have left. Do you mean all of it? Yes. I bet you're that hungry. I thought you were joking when you said you were going to buy everything they had left. The girl behind the counter looked like she thought you were a freak of nature. Just another example of Idios' divine providence. It's better they were bought by someone who intends to consume them than have the poor things be thrown away. Yeah, you're a bleeding heart, but that much? Hope you're not spending your entire salary on food. I'll have you know you have nothing to worry about. There are a few people in this world who know better how better to make use of sales and special offers than I. Whatever makes you happy. It's not my business how you blow your mirror at the end of the day. Still, I'll give you that my getup is right up there at the top of the suspicious charts. I'm pretty sure anybody would be confused if a woman in a sister's habit came wandering into the shop after dark to buy leftovers. Oh, stop your grumbling. Almost time for us to leave. We should make our way to the landing point. I'm sure how much longer my stomach can wait. Yes, ma'am. Something? Sorry, that stomach of yours is going to have to wait a little longer. Unforgivable. I don't know who this fiend is, but as long as I don't kill them, I can go as far as I like, right? Sympathize, but maybe calm a little. Still, whoever they are, they're not very good at tailing people. Quite. I doubt they have much experience. They seem to have undergone some degree of training, though. Yeah, oh well, sad to say, we're going to have to skip today's last airship out here. You have a good place to strike? I do. I know the perfect place. Oh my god! I... Dragon Age 4. Wow, Midnight. And Final Fantasy 11. Thank you, Valerian. As always, much appreciate. Alright, Gilbert. Hang on. Where did they go? I saw much of this area. I'm sure of it. It was you, huh? What? How? How did you discover me? My stealth abilities are the height of perfection. You just like I remember you. Still way too sure of yourself. Who might he be? Hey, he's technically part of Ouroboros. It's about as low-ranking members you can get, though. Ah, I see. He does look the part. How dare you? I'll have you know, I am very much on the up. And as for you... What do you mean he does look the part? No, he's an idiot, Mr. Red. Not mutually exclusive, but... You couldn't look more like a nobody if you tried. You're the kind of person who constantly throws himself into things too big to handle and ends up sabotaging himself without anyone lifting a finger. And you refuse to learn from any of your failures, too. What? You haven't lost your touch. I'm impressed how accurately you're able to judge his character after talking to him for like a second. I don't even need to talk to him. He oozes irrelevance from his every pore. You're cocky, aren't you? We'll see how long this cockiness lasts. Ugh. So she just pulls out a giant whip sword. A Templar sword. So that's what you picked, huh? Just like you chose bowgun as your weapon of choice, I chose Templar sword for mine. That's all there is to it. Gotcha. Impossible. What did you do? I don't know how I got hit. It's a weapon used by Growlsritter called a Templar sword. The blade's made up of multiple pieces held together by wires, so the user can extend it at will. Bluff. Anyway, time to get those lips flapping. What's a wanted criminal like you doing here in Grand Cell? How much of our business do you know? Why should I have to answer your... You don't know when to give up. Start talking. Now. FYI, she's not in a good mood. And, you don't want to make her any madder. It looks like I've got only one option. I'm so sorry, forgive me. It's his ultimate move. I'm only here because I crash-landed. I didn't even want to come here. After I did, I happened to see you two, so I decided to follow you. Yeah, follow you, I swear. Maybe I misjudged him. He might be more to him than meets the eye, in a sense. That's a nice way of putting it. Go on, keep talking. You said you crash-landed, that means there's an Ouroboros airship somewhere near how you came in on. No, there isn't. I did crash land, but it wasn't aboard an airship. It was on board this! What the? Is an archaism? Not so irrelevant now, am I? Show them what you can do, Giapache. Apache. Know them, although, you know Gilbert would mispronounce it. Apache. What is gameplay? Oh my god.
Let's end this.
Alright, what do you got? Nothing fancy. It's an odd spread, but okay.
Charge complete! Yeah! What the?
Okay, that is irritating. Honestly, so was I, Arspros. In fact, for just a second, I thought the mech was aiming at him.
No way!
Let's just say, Gilbert does not deserve this song. I'm sorry. Glorf.
Take this!
Yeah, you know what? Actually, yeah. That thing gets the song, not him. Oh, ouch. Very good.
Still a ways to go.
No! Blorf. Curse you. Do you have any idea how much I had to go through to earn that? You really are full of surprises, aren't you? I'm impressed, Reese. You sure know how to get the best out of that thing. Not at all. I've still got a lot to learn. Especially if I want to be half as good as my sister. Heh. Still, I'm no different. Kevin, Anyway. I'd wager you out of tricks now, so you ready to just give up and come quietly? If you don't try and cause more trouble, I'll hand you over to the soldiers and leave it at that. You're planning to hand me over to the Royal Army? That's your best option. If you really want us to take you back to Arteria instead, that's cool by me. But if you go with that one, I can't guarantee your safety. I'll leave that one to you. What was that? This thing again. Starts glowing so randomly. Maybe it's reacting to something? What is that thing? What are you planning on doing? Nothing to you. Don't worry. Shut up for a sec. What is up with this thing? So the time to begin is finally upon us. Oh no, it's... I have absolutely no idea who it is. It's a pleasure to see you again, Kevin Graham. I'm probably a bad guy. Let's see. We've got, like, the volcanic ash neck choker combined with, like, the magma shoulder piece. But then we've got, like, this obsidian faceplate with a yellow eye with red blood-colored spike tattoo over it. And, of course, the white hair. I gotta have the white hair. And we're doing the evil smile thing. Yes. Yes. Evil. Traverser of the pathless darkness, repenting of his transgressions with the sin of a stigma forever on his back. What the hell are you? Thus my lord was revived, and the door to Gehenna opened. Come forth, offerings, come forth, lost lambs, burn to ashes in the ever-blazing flames. Okay. Meh? What happened? What did Where am I? Reese? Reese, you okay? What's going on? Kevin, where are we? Glad you're okay. How you feeling? Pain? I feel sick. My stomach's gonna implode if I get any food. Yeah, she never got to eat her bread because we were chasing Gilbert. I'm starting on all that food we bought. Normally I'd just be down for food, but come on. Is that really what you should be thinking about right now? There's nothing in this world more important or fundamental than eating. But if we must change the subject, I remember a strange man appearing in the cube glowing white. Then... I don't remember more than that either. Take a look around us. Okay, a library was not what I was guessing. A stone library. Inside some kind of ruin? Oh, wait. Oh! 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 We're in the Arcane Sanctuary. Cool. Yeah, we got mazed. Yeah, so much for this being an easy assignment. Okay. Fluffy clouds can be cool, but I mean, honestly, fluffy clouds are never going to be as cool, right? I mean, just think about it for a second. Space is easier to draw, that's actually true. And to animate, actually. Yeah, I noticed that was a lot shorter than previous prologues. Not a complaint. I do think it's funny. We talk about intros, and one of the earliest comments I made when we were defining what is an intro was we talked about FF7. And a lot of people, it's very debatable when FF7's intro ends, but most people agree that the furthest it is the end of Midgar, right? When you leave Midgar and hit the overworld map the first time. The funny thing is, you probably think of that as a huge swath of time, but it kind of isn't. And I've sometimes wondered if some other JRPG developers have taken that as a challenge. We can go even longer. There is a lot that happens in Midgar. It's actually arguably the overall best part of FF7. Like in terms of sheer density, right? Just in terms of how much good happens on both axes at the same time. Those are big books. Ignorant Cults, and Vigarna, Cosmographica. Oh, here's the Azure Fragments. Yeah, Casual. I've seen that at same analysis, and yeah. Whoever manages this library must have some out-of-this-world connections to gather this many rare books from all over the place. There's a copy of the Isthmian Tales. What's a banned book doing here? As the Congregation for Sacraments would flip their lids if they saw this thing. For the record, I'm one of the when they go to the future people. But I fully admit Chrono Trigger is interesting, because you're right. Chrono Trigger could have, like, 5 different debatable intro ends. These aren't just rare and old books, either. I found one that was published this year. No way. What's it called? It's called Librarian Cuisine, published by the Librarian News Service. It can't be real. What's it doing mixed in with those other stuff? That would have been really cool. Or spruce. You sure you aren't pulling my leg? Your guess is as good as mine. Photographs of food don't look delicious, however. I bet they do. See, there's this girl named Dorothy who works for the LNS. She's an incredible photographer. Yeah, everyone keeps saying that. Oh yeah, I don't know how I forgot, but weren't you hungry? I was, but I finished eating while you were busy looking at the books here. Oh, thank God, she had the bread on her. I did save some for you, of course. Egg salad sandwich. How fast did you eat? Wait, we bought the porch store's entire bread supply, and this is all that's left? They were perfectly baked, too. The flour used was clearly of high quality, but bread that can't be made without excellent water either. I like Libero. Well, I can't deny the country's got some great grub. Actually, I've noticed that's a thing in all 3 games so far, is everyone from another country constantly talks about how great Libero's food is. So it clearly can't be Switzerland. Let's get off the subject of food already. I know, there's something truly odd about this place. Should have a thorough look around. Yeah, come on, come to think of it. It's Britain. No, the shred. Good food. It's completely stopped glowing now. Might as well be inactive again. That was a coincidence. It started glowing just before we were sent here. This is no ordinary artifact, that's for sure. Give it to me, Kevin. I'll look after it. Why? Protecting you is my duty as your squire. No, Calvert is France. France and Germany are pretty well defined. I don't think there's much debate that Calvert is France and Ereboni is Germany. It's the other ones that are more debatable. I can hardly stand by and let you keep something that poses danger on your person. I should be the one to keep it. Wait a minute, Reese. Give it to me. Look. First, we don't have any conclusive proof that this cube is the reason we ended up here. Second, despite me being the one who had it up to this point, you're with me anyways. So unless you plan to take it off me and run away as far as possible, who's holding it won't make a damn bit of difference. Sorry, this time I'm actually ordering you. You wouldn't disobey an order from your superior, would you? Alright then, but if we find out for sure it really is dangerous, promise me you'll get rid of it. That's all I want you to agree to. That's true, the speedrunner we were poking at yesterday referred to it as Switzerland. I don't know what's up with this place, but it's time to try and find it out. And by me. Of course. And there's Crossbell. The only thing I got anybody to agree on for Crossbell was that it's Belgium. Oh, this is foreboding. It doesn't look to be a relic of an ancient Cimmerian civilization, though. I agree. As far as I can tell, it's not any kind of device, simply a stone monument. Oh, there's something written near the bottom. The Hermit's Garden. What's this supposed to mean? I'm not sure. Could be a message, or maybe even... Actually, let me look it over more before I say anything. Nope, can't find any kind of switches. Like, you were right. It really is just a stone monument. Should we try destroying it? See if anything happens then. I get first hit. Wait, no way. Just because it's established as any kind of device doesn't mean nothing bad will happen if you go smashing it to pieces. Don't worry, I was just joking. You so weren't. Anyway, let's save extreme options like that until we've explored all our more reasonable ones. I say we go ahead and look around somewhere else. Okay. Oh god, camera. There we go. a little better. A huge tree down here. No sign of any of the any others in the surrounding area either. As big as it is, it doesn't seem to be a fruit tree, unfortunately. Figures we wouldn't get that lucky. So think of it though, you always were an expert on plants and medicinal herbs and stuff, right? You didn't recognize what kind of tree it is? I wish I did, but no. At the very least, it isn't one that grows on the western side of the continent. Oh. Should we work something out? Maybe, maybe not. We should try looking somewhere else right now. Still, if it doesn't bear any fruit, maybe it has sweet sap like maple trees. Maybe I cut into the trunk just a bit to see. No. Reese. What's this? I'm not sure. I'll take a closer look. It's a bunch of sepith and an accessory. You dumped all the sepith on the ground. Oh, whatever. Don't think anyone will complain if we take it. Well, don't tell me you're feeling disappointed it wasn't food. You're incredible. I didn't know you knew how to read people's minds with your thaumaturgy. Was that part of your Dominion training? Sure wasn't. All I need to know was you. Let's see what we just got. CP recovery up. Wow, we're starting with that. Interesting. Yeah, I noticed we were level 90 at the beginning of the game, so curious what they're gonna do with that. Oh my god, Reese is 17. Ugh. God, I just... No, I know. How old is Reen in Cold Steel 1, out of curiosity? Specifically the first game. Because I know he's pretty young, too. "17. Yeah. 17 turning 18, I suppose. Looks like some kind of rest area or something. What's it doing here? Oh, resting is important. I'd love to sit and enjoy a relaxing lunch here. I'll give you, it might be kind of nice. Although, personally, my first thought was I'd love to sit and fish here. If there were any fish to be fished. Really? I didn't know you still liked fishing. Sure. Can't say I've gotten any better at it, but a hobby's a hobby. I'm surprised how many fishing fanatics are in the barrel. There's a guild in Grand Cell that's really hardcore into it. One girl I ran into would give most pros a run for their money. I don't know, I didn't catch jack in my playthrough. Something wrong? It's nothing. Regardless, it's a shame there are no fish in it. The water is exceptionally clear. I think this should suffice as a water source at least. Yeah, where's it coming from? Or am I the only one wondering that? Actually, that does look like a water crystal, so... So hang on. When they last met, he was 17. She was 11. As far as I can see. Space. Don't fall. So where are we? Beats me. Still, wherever we are, it's big. Judging by how our voices don't echo anyway. Yeah. Whee. Good afternoon, Bird Android. I guess back? It's everywhere. I was gonna say, we've had at least 2 super destroyers who are in their low teens, or not quite teens. Although in both cases they were augmented by society tech, but still. Thank you for the sub, Paranoid. Give me a second, I'll jot that down really quick. If I can find my mouse, there it is. For Bioshock 2, FTL, and Alpha Centauri. Thank you. Appreciate you. You know, I just realized when we get there, we, and by we I mostly mean you, are going to have to decide who we date in the Cold Steels. So... anyways. Well, we investigate the whole area now, but we didn't find anything that would give us any idea where we are. I'm not specifically. I think we have an idea what kind of place it is, though. Really? It's a place both within the barrel and not at the same time, like a separate dimension of sorts. Can you elaborate? Well, you see, during the trouble with the Oriole... Explain. Oh, we've got to date our sister. Is it our biological sister or our stepsister? I'm actually just kind of curious. Because I was already weirded out by the Persona 5 thing. And that was just an adopted sister. Okay, so it's merely a stepsister. For the record, I'm not actually joking. We do have to try out the romance option. And do you know why? Can anyone tell me why? Because there's actually a pretty specific reason for that. Because it's a review, exactly. It is content to be reviewed. Do you think the place we're in may be similar? I can't say for sure, but it's definitely a possibility. There are a few cracks in my theory, unfortunately. I think I understand what you mean. The Liberalian cuisine book we found earlier is one, right? Exactly. If we assume this is some kind of enclosed space sealed away within the Oriole after all those years ago, how'd a book that was only published this year get there? Oh, yeah. I kind of don't want that, Diligent Dodo. But at the same time, that might be a really funny stream. All the other unusual books are from after the Great Collapse, too. Which means someone else has been going in and out of here within the past year. Could be the Man in Black, the Bed of the Port? Maybe, maybe not. Owen Beckett was the kind of guy I'd want to read about Liberalian cuisine, though. Either way, this situation was planned out by someone, possibly before the cube even came into our possession. Really think so? We tried, Mr. Red. We tried to romance someone in Starfield. That just didn't work out. If it's really the case, what should we do now? It's a million mirror question. We don't have much to work with here. Just an open area with no way out. Sounded like something broke. Kevin took his battle ornament out of his pocket. Notice all the quartz in it were shattered. Seeing this Reese checks out our own battle orbit. Even my spirit quartz are ruined. What's going on here? Okay. What just happened? I don't know. I wager is the cube's doing. As we can add altering this area to its list of perks along with working our quartz. Sure it's a good idea to keep it on you? Honestly, I got the feeling we'll be crap out of luck without it. At least now we got some new stuff to investigate that could lead us in the right direction. We should go check all the places that have changed. Okay. Yeah, but now we have no arts at all. I kind of saw that coming. I can understand if it was an artifact or an ornament, but how did a lump of stone start glowing like this? It's like magic. There's an apt enough description if I ever heard one. Listen, if we can't romance a nun, I don't even know what to tell you. One thing I can add is that the laws of the world as we know it don't seem to apply. Raise. Eh? Raise the cube before the monument. Please. Give me the cube, that I might be free and wreak havoc with the world again. Mwahaha. Visitors from afar. This voice is different. Welcome. In accordance with my master's wishes, I shall grant you power. 11? Name your currency, so we may transact within the system that you know. Wait a second. What do you mean by currency? Maybe it's going to sell us things in exchange for Mira? I've been making Allspark jokes this whole time. I shall grant you power in exchange for that currency. Wait, you can buy power with money? Don't let the billionaires know. I, of course, have no money right now. I notice almost everything's an upgrade right now. There are slot upgrades, which take Sepith, of course. It's sorted now. That's interesting. What should I think about that? Let's just get a spread going. Release my brethren. Complete the circle. Release me from this prison. That's right. Bizarre as it is to say, we should be able to buy things from Mira and use separate. It's a shop. It's a shop. Use the shop. Okay. I have no real opinion so far. I mean, how can I? We just started. I do like how all the slots are mostly unlocked. Okay, so we'll set him up as the caster, and we'll put her as our melee. Miss Swords, McSwords face. Excuse me, Whip Sword. It's a barrier, but beyond that, there's a circle, and I can't. Yeah, I saw your message, Easel. Which Xenosaga push-ups? Or do you mean the first one? Because if that's true, that's probably the weirdest statement you could make there. Of all the Xenosagas, one was probably the most complete product, in my opinion. Not best, not worst. Most complete. Water looks... Oh, there we go. Welcome, visitors from afar. Sound like a game from the spring. Visitors from afar, quench your thirst. In accordance with my master's wishes, I shall grant you vitality. Yeah, sure, I'll drink the glowing water. Ah! So that is a CP heal. My radiance is restored, I shall grant you vitality once more. You have fought several battles, return to me. Okay. I've never had water that energized me like that before. How's it even possible? Oh god, it's Titan Blessed Waters. Anything new with the tree? That's something. Petals of pure light are floating through the air around us. I welcome you, dear guests. Did the tree just talk to us? In accordance with my master's wishes, I shall grant you the blessings of the earth. However, my power is not without its limits. I require compensation. Oh, food. Once again, I have no money, but good to know. When my master's power returns, the variety of blessings I offer shall increase. May the blessings of the earth be upon you. So we've got earth and water. There's heart. Someone told me Tree just tatted them up and offered us all ingredients. I told them they had one too many drinks. Right, Reese, sum up. The great tree took root near to a 7-colored spring, and there it granted blessings and joy. An excerpt from the book of Genesis, verse 7, the primal ground. Oh, hallowed ideas, thank you for the divine protection and mercy and food. Aren't you just tickled pink? I'm not sure the tree has anything to do with the goddess, though. I don't know, man. Like, there's at least a train of thought there. Even the testaments of the goddess say that all roads lead to food. I mean, if you could name one thing that is at the heart of literally all human culture across all of history ever, it is food. That's not a joke. Getting food, changing food, preserving food, transiting food, experimenting with food, developing new food. Because you're remarkably impious for a knight of the church, you should work on becoming more devout through cooking in her name. It makes sense. Besides, can't you just do cooking yourself? You've always been better at it than me. It's the wish of the ingredients to be used by the best chef possible. Yeah, all humans eat food. We have many, many, many variances, but we all eat. And yeah, cooking, by which I of course mean chemistry. Think about how many sciences and technology were pushed forward by the simple necessity of food. think that could be the exit, do you? If anything, I'd say it's more like an entrance. A monument that sells us items, a tree that sells us ingredients, and a spring that stores our vitality. Yeah, this is a prep room for a dungeon. I've played video games before. It might be better if you steer behind glare. Never mind, we'll go together. Nothing is any guarantee you'd be safe here. But first, I should give you this. It's my notebook that I shouldn't read. I was asked to give these to my commander's cellmate. In her words, Kevin's reports lately have been too vague for my liking. I'll bet he's not even taking notes while he's out on the job. Give him this, who's got no more excuses to slack off. Man, how are you close enough for her to ask you this kind of a favor? She was the one who taught me how to use my Templar sword. I respect her deeply. No joke. I had no idea. I bet she gave me that on purpose. Can't say I'm surprised. Sorry, spacing out. Next destination, circle. Yeah, I was actually thinking the exact same thing, Maze. Let's find out. Aw. Thank you for the sub, Tumanesh. Always appreciate. And if you give me a moment. Expedition 33, Rogue Trader, and Wrath of the Righteous. I got the reference immediately, push-ups, but of course I did. I actually liked that episode. Well, fortunately, all the other long-ass RPGs are quite a ways off. In fact, every other game is quite a ways off. Still seem to be in the same bizarre enclosed spaces before. We have quite a long road ahead of us, don't we? We sure do. A whole game's worth, I'm sure. What? Skeleton warriors? Oh my god, they are called Bone Warriors. That's actually their name. Okay. Oh, that's new. All of the elements are now present on the thing. All 8 elements. Look, I just got here, Lucas thought, okay? I haven't had time to... I mean, I would never turn people into skeletons. Yeah, I'd actually been using the, like, black and white spells as effectively typeless damage, right? Just use this when the enemy has no weaknesses damage.
Alright, what's next?
I don't know if that was intended, but that sure felt like how it was supposed to be. Their hearts flow off to Kingdom Hearts. Must be. And I was after me, and there are a whole lot of monster types in the world, but that's my first time seeing anything like that. It's like being in a totally different realm. And the monsters weren't even the strangest part. Tell me about it. The elements against them weren't your usual affairs. The 3 elements of space, mirage, and time were in effect during that battle. Oh my god, they acknowledged it. Oh my god, we got a juicy bone from a skeleton. Which beggars the question. What on a skeleton is juicy? Our world and the world of the goddess will forever be separate. She simply drops pebbles from above, known as miracles. What a word for word. Okay, I guess these are the basic principles. We just keep running into surprises. Space-time and mirage, all here. Should be impossible. What about those monsters themselves? Well, honestly, they're less monsters and more fiends. Oh god, it's FF10! Creatures that shouldn't even be allowed to exist in our world, yet somehow they do without any problems here. I doubt those are the only ones. Are we going to be alright in here? Hopefully, they were tough, but not so tough that we can't handle them together. Not like there's anything else for us to do. Let's keep walking, see what we find. It's the bestiary, which I've already given a positive for. You complain too much, Kevin. You're a knight. Do your job. Yes, ma'am. You're happy. Speaking of, I just want to confirm something. Orbits, skills, bad. Yep, okay, cool. So there's that positive, which I've already given the game. Let's see how much we can do with this. You, I guess. Perfect. Memory cursor is still in effect. So that positive is still there. You guys questioned me when I just had all those positives there. This Shaw, I'd say. And negatives. What the hell is that? Pseudo-Rudo. Oh, ha 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 game. I mean, because they ran out of jokes. This is the last one with the chest messages, right? Yeah, that still works, of course. Oh, my bad. Crossbow has them too. Did you know? It's true that Zin's name was once written as Zane, but another name was considered was Olivier's. The original suggestion was Oliver. This chest is glad that request never went through. I do like how they give us information right out of the gate. The materia, excuse me, quartz. You know what I mean.
Goddess. Goddess.
Money! A chest, my kingdom for a chest. Okay. Cube of Septium. We touch it. Ah! Seems safe to me. Wish I knew what it was, though. The light coming off it is so good. A slow, rhythmic glowing from it reminds me of a beating heart. Gross. There's our cube again. Visitors from afar. You who possess the cube. Who are you? Where are you talking to us from? Raise that sealing stone before the monument in the garden. Then the barrier and the imprisoned shall something. Unlock another power. Cube. Make use of it. What's funny is I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3 lately. No, that's it. That's all I'm going to say about that. Beware the malevolent one. Fast travel in a Trails game. I was actually thinking, especially in the second game, that would have been really helpful. Like, it makes a degree of sense that you wouldn't have it in the first game. But the second game, in several chapters, I think it could have benefited from that. God damn it, it literally forces me to fast travel. Okay, there's our fast travel map. Not what I was expecting. Either way, this is still a question mark, but I'm going to at least jot down a potential for fast travel right now. It's duh. Alright, that actually worked. Now we got a quick way to get back here to safety if we run into danger. That does sound useful. Still can't bring myself to put much trust in the cube, however. I'm not planning to lower my guard around this thing. Just keep using caution. Alright, next up is this guy. Sealing stone. We should hold up to the monument and give the cat scritches. I know, cat. I know. Moment of truth. Okay. What? Didn't she the girl from the professor's photograph? Huh? Kevin? You're Kevin, aren't you? I'm not saying things. What are you doing here? Oh gosh, where do I even start? Yeah, real deal. Good to see you again, Tita. Looks like you've grown a little taller. You noticed? Happy to see you again too. What brings you back to Libero? Is this girl a friend of yours? Wait, I was in the house with Dad getting dinner ready because Agate was coming over. All of a sudden everything went white and then... Where am I? This looks nothing like our house. Very observant, Tita. Am I dreaming? Is this a dream? I should pinch myself to check. Tita. Yeah, this is the Tita everyone knows and loves. She's adorable. Yeah, you see now why her mother was up in arms about it. So that's what happened. It's all because the artifact Mom pulled out of the lake? Honestly, we can't even be sure right now. Especially if we assume that's the case. How do you end up here when you're all the way over in Zeiss? That makes no sense. You're right. Sounds like though you two were fairly close to one another when you were sent here. But Grand Cell and Zeiss are really far apart. Based on your account, however, we were all surrounded by that light at roughly the same time. More than a coincidence in my eyes. Oh, whoops, I haven't introduced myself. I am Tita Russell. I'm an apprentice at Zeiss Central Factory. I'm Reese Argent, sister of the Septian Church. Heard a lot about you from Kevin and your mother. Oh, you met Mom? I have. She showed me a photograph of you. Now that I met you in person, I can see why she boasts about you so much. Was she doing that? Mom. She didn't see her do anything inappropriate, did she? She tends to lose control of herself when it comes to people as cute as you. Lose control how? Sorry, I wasn't trying to be rude by calling you cute. Yes, that's extremely rude, Dina. Clearly. Just you're kind of quiet and pretty, but you got this unique aura about you. You're every bit as sharp as your mother. Goddess doesn't make it more unique than Reese. Oh, please. Anyway. What are the two of you planning on doing now? You gonna keep looking for a way out of here? That's the plan, yeah. Well, we made much of the dent in the progress on the front so far. We barely started exploring when we found you. Oh, I see. If you don't mind, let me help you look. Don't get in the way. I have a giant cannon. Getting in the way wouldn't be an issue here. My gut tells me you're better off staying here, to be honest. You've proven yourself to be made of sturdy stuff, but like I said before, this place is just one big, very dangerous mystery. If that's true, who's to say I'd be safe staying here on my own? I'm going to be in danger. I'd rather go with you and at least try to help out. Fair point. Everybody's as spunky as Estelle, too, you know? You can't be serious. Trust me, she's a lot tougher than she looks. She went on the Libra arc and came down in one piece. Plus she survived Ideos knows how many sketchy fights beforehand. Don't be so quick to judge her because of her age. 17-year-old! Please, I really want to help. I'll do everything I can to make sure I don't cause you any problems, really. Seriously, I have a Gatling gun. Which I've used in lore. It's not just a gameplay thing. She has actually used that as part of a plot point. You mean it? You seem to understand the consequences of your actions and what it means to worry others. As long as that's the case, I have no reason to say no. Still, please do be careful. Thank you, I will. Yeah, seriously, if anything would happen to you on my watch, I'm sure my death at Erica's hands will be a slow and painful one. I swear I won't let that happen. Alright, let's get back to Wake. Oh, she comes with cords. Which, considering she was out and about, that actually makes a degree of sense. Well, that is an insanely better weapon for both of them, so yes, please. The satellite? I unlocked it pretty late in the second game, but I have shown it off on camera. Although it does bring up an interesting question. Does she have it? She does. It's set to satellite beam right there. Reese doesn't have one. Yet the first time I used the satellite, I was in a cave. The time I did it on camera was much more appropriate because it was in the final dungeon. So we were out and about. But I want you to just picture using that in a cave. Ion Cannon online. What's that? Slime lump. True, Blue Alex, but the reason I brought up this, never mind, ignore me. This is weirdly worded. Jesus, 107 yellow rush? No. Gold? Whatever. Yellow Sepith. Oh my god. So let's just double check something. Okay, chests not refilled. I didn't think they would be. It's no kidding, Lucas Slaughter. Oh. This path blocked before. Something wrong? Last time we passed here, this path was blocked by a barrier. As you can see, it's nowhere to be seen. I don't know what could have caused that. Well, think about what's changed since then and now. Maybe it was releasing Tita that caused it to disappear. I mean, we haven't done anything else. So that actually could be it. You think? Think about it. The stone with me inside was near here, too. That's more than a coincidence. This could be one of the many rules that govern this place that we haven't figured out yet. I get what you're trying to say. So in this case, we wouldn't have been able to advance farther if we hadn't released you from the stone. That's right. Yes, I've played video games before, game. But it is interesting that they're making the point that this is a dungeon in lore. Don't think I'm not noticing that.
All right, what?
Which, of course, raises all kinds of questions. Yeah, probably too early to tell, little Felix, but I'll be paying attention, as I suppose I always am. One of those. So, drain CP and EP. Low HP, though. Yeah, it feels like a test, exactly. It feels like someone set this up.
My thanks to thee.
For whatever purpose. There's the door. I know now, with absolute certainty, that Kingdom Hearts... Sorry. Yes. Hello. Welcome. Bring to me the girl skilled in orbital engineering. Only then shall the door open. It is not yet time for the door to open. So the door's got a will of its own, like the tree spring and monument. It'll become a day when I get used to all the funky talking objects, I'm sure. Think it means me? Yeah. It's a pretty terrible riddle. Sure not me or Reese. Hey, Dora, you mean her, right? Indeed, she is the one I seek. Okay. Only she may enter. If she fears not the trial within, she should step forth through the door. Trial? Maybe wants to test your strength, see if you're worthy of something. Apparently we can't even go inside to back you up on it. Ludicrous. I propose we disregard this door and move on. Wait, I'm gonna go inside. What? Why? Hold on just a second, there's no way. I feel like this might be another of the rules I was talking about earlier. Besides, we've got so little work with us to try and get out of here. We need all the clues and help we can get. Seems like it'll be too dangerous if I come back right out. Oh, sorry. Nope. If it seems too dangerous, I'll come right back out. I promise. Alright, we're counting on you. But like you said, if it seems too dangerous, come right back out. She did literally just say this. Do I get a chance to pause before she just walks in? Nope. Okay, I'm stuck. Okay, cool. Okay. So pretty. I wonder how it's made, though. How much is that? Overcome the trial before you, and I shall grant you a memory fragment and my blessing. You know one thing I liked about FF10? No, sincerely. Back in the earlier parts of FF10, like the first half of the game, when they remembered what enemy and encounter design are, there are enemies that you can instantly kill and gain a bonus item from if you steal from them as Riku, which was a nice way to vary things up and give her a unique gimmick that differentiated her from the rest of the party. I don't bring that up right now for any particular reason. Okay, let's do the basics. These things have 7,000 health each. And there's 3 of them against 1 of me. How is this fight on Nightmare For those of you who didn't see it last time,
Okay.
did they seriously reduce my movement speed to 1? Good God. They did, for reference. I can actually prove it. Check it out. There's my movement range. You have overcome the trial. Thus I shall grant you a memory fragment and my blessing. Let me pause, please, game! Okay. Approaching location. Target in sight. Commencing operation. Coordinate adjustment complete. Activating boosters. What? Sure. Do I know you? We really missed you, Tita. My, don't tell me you forgot the sound of our voices while we were away. Mom, Dad. That's our girl. Sorry for surprising you. We just wanted to have a little fun. I was scared stiff, just flying in all of a sudden like that and walking up to me without saying a word. Yeah, where's the guards during that altercation? You had those goggles on so I couldn't tell who you were. You could have told me you're planning on coming back. You okay? Why are you so quiet? Tita? Why are you so cute? Oh, thank you for gracing our unworthy world with this miracle of a child. I'm never gonna let you go again. Mom, you're starting to hurt me. Giving birth to this bundle of sugar was the best thing we ever did. God, I managed all this time without her. I'm so happy to finally be back. I can tell. I'd kind of like a chance to greet her too, though. Oh, sure, knock yourself out. Suppose you do have the right and all. Hey, Tita. Looks like you've grown a bit while we were away. I sure have. I've missed you both so much. Everything you do just melts my heart. Let me hug you again. Hey, Mom, please. Erica, I think that should probably wait until you've changed. That maintenance uniform of yours is full of sensors, as you know. Oh yeah, slipped my mind. In that case. Shall we take care of business first, then? Is the red-headed man I've heard so much about. Talking about Agate? That's the one. I was so hoping I'd be able to meet him. What is that expression? Yes, Cap. Can I help you? He's actually in Bose at the moment. Mom, you're acting kind of weird all of a sudden. Talk about lightning timing. Not that I'd be happy if you were here, given that you indicated being in close proximity to my angel again. That's okay. You can always go meet him over in Bose next month if it comes to it. I'd like to meet him too. True enough. Word has it that a lot has happened here in our absence, but we have a lot to thank him for. We'll have to go give him a thank you he'll never forget. I'll have to go with you and introduce you to him then. His house is real nice too. It's pretty small, but it's warm and cozy. You've been to his house? Ah! No, no, calm down, Erica. Tina, try not to provoke your mother too much, alright? What's I? No, you were not. Agate, Agate! You're going to pay dearly for corrupting my darling daughter. Jesus Christ, Erica. Hi, Russell. Always a pleasure, Albert. Sorry for not giving you a heads up on a return. No nonsense, don't worry about that. What are those things, if I might ask? They look like a vehicle with boosters attached, but... called landing crafts, and they were developed by yours truly. Most of the places we go to don't have the space to land an airship or any kind of landing port. Okay, hang on. Pause for a sec. That's cool. But does that strike anyone else as like, extremely dangerous? If you remember, they've actually talked a bit about the construction of airships and how they work, and they're pretty safe as long as the orbital energy keeps flowing. Those things don't even look like they have seatbelts. I mean, they probably do. But think about how extraordinarily easy it is for that to go bad, right? And I'm not trying to make fun of the game. I'm just saying, that feels like the kind of people her parents are. Woo! Not much point in an airship if you can't land, is there? Which is why these two beauties which is where these two beauties come in. Anyway, long time no see, Albert. It's a small comfort knowing you haven't kicked the buffet yet. Yeah, it's a flying motorcycle, exactly. You can drive a motorcycle safely just fine. Just make it any less dangerous. I think driving a car is dangerous, so what the hell do I know? How could I have been able to gloat if you were already 6 hours under? You would think a pathetic contraption like that's good enough to beat me. You must have forgotten who I am when you're out and about. One close look at the cracks start to show. Just look at them. I doubt they even managed 5 minutes. That little good they'll be for anything other than trying to show off to me. Don't be getting in a real world used too soon. Oh, how wrong you are. All of you know we came all the way from the border with Calvert on these. Calvert? Oh my god. I want you to imagine for just a second driving a motorcycle from the border all the way over to here. Also, did you just completely bypass customs by doing that? Oh, that catch your attention. I'll give you that craft's flight time is somewhat limited, but let's say sure I can find an easy workaround. By firing them from an orbital catapult. By firing them from an orbital catapult attached to an airship, they can fly a distance of 120 cel, which I believe is kilometers. Okay. I rest my case. After modifying the orbital circuits, we were able to record an operation time of 382.2 seconds. Oh god, it's even worse. That's only like 12 kilometers then. That would make sense if the thing can only stay in the air for 382.2 seconds. Surprised? That stupid look on your face says it all. Not to worry, I'll give you as much time as you need for your shriveled old brain to comprehend my brilliance. Don't make me laugh. I'm the man who developed the Capel. These are child's play. I don't even need to ask how you made them. I could probably develop a better version in my sleep. Say that again, you stubborn old fart. Grrr. Here they go again. You two please stop fighting, please. Oh, I read those files you sent me. You've got some nerve showing your face after exposing my daughter to so much danger. To say nothing of letting vermin like the A word near her. Oh, get over yourself. I'm getting lectured on looking after people from the mother who ditched her daughter to wander the continent. Point to Russell. How about you look in a mirror before you go criticizing others, huh? Ed, can you stop them? Yeah, it'll be fine. Let them have their fun. They're secretly happy to see each other again. I'm sure! But they're taking up a lot of space in the middle of town. How are people going to get past us? That's a good point. We should move the landing craft. Shove, 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 shove. Ah, nothing quite like home. I wouldn't know. Can I get you some coffee, Dan? 1 coffee. Plenty of milk, 3 sugars. Ooh, let me help. So you haven't mended your heathen ways. When are you going to grow up enough to understand that coffee is best taken black? And when you understand there's nothing worse than an old codger too set in his ways to appreciate another's tastes. I'm just telling it like it is. Adding milk alone completely ruins it. Then you plop 3 sugars in, you can't even call that coffee anymore. No comment. Or coffee. What did you ever do to be blasphemed so? Don't let Savicom know. I'll have to settle this dispute another time. Time to drink up. Coffee is one of those weird inventions. Like, we've come up with some wild stuff in terms of food over the years, but have you ever looked into the history of coffee? Because, from a souvenirs, Albert. How would I have any of those for you? You're the one who's been busy slacking off abroad. Forget traveling abroad. You're the one who got to ride the Arce with Captain Schwartz. Telling me you got a chance like that and didn't get a photograph? Or a handkerchief? Or a button off her uniform? Why do you want a button off her uniform? Your mother's a huge fan of her since the Captain's Academy days. I swear, if you have time to think about such worthless nonsense, how about using it to look over an academic report or two? Don't wonder all your inventions are half-right. Did you two just use the words useless nonsense in reference to Captain Schwartz? Did you dare to insult her? Nothing of the sort. I had plenty of chances to share a few cups of tea with her aboard the Arce. She's a fine woman. She'll go far. Oh, now you've done it. If you're not going to shut that insolent mouth of yours, I'm going to do it for you. Okay, hey, Mr. Red, you remember how I told you that one of the ways to make your characters distinct is to give them one character trait and just keep hitting that note over and over? Don't do this. This is that bad. YouTube, please stop fighting the second you start a conversation. What's the difference? Execution. But also, actually, repetition is important as well. So, to explain slightly, let's say there's a character and they're one note, and they show up and they're like, "Wah-ha!" and they have their scene and they leave. And the next person shows up, "Wah-ha!" and then they leave. Now let's say there's a person who's one note character, and they show up, "Ha ha 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 ha." It gets old. If you're gonna have one note characters, don't give them too much screen time. If you're going to give anyone too much screen time, flesh them out. I feel it's kind of nice to see them fighting like this. Is it, though? I'd like to do some shopping. I'll handle making dinner tonight, so I'll grab a few things. Really? That sounds great. I haven't touched your cooking in ages. Hopefully you'll be able to have it a lot more from here on. Neither of us are planning to head out for work anytime soon, so I'll be taking over cooking duties for a while. I'd love to go shopping with you then. Great. He totally is, Dakota. Chicken, soup, and salad. For the first time in quite a while, Tita was able to experience the joy of dining happily with her family. That's another thing. If your character does have more than one note to her, don't backload that too much. You gotta at least have hints of that. I'll actually use an example of that. In Witcher 3, there's a major early villain, like a starter villain, called the Bloody Baron. I actually forget his name. And he, when you first see him, he actually appears to be a one-note character. However, even in that very, very first scene, there's a couple of hints that there's more going on. That's the important part right there, the hints. Make sure that there's some layers there so that the character, excuse me, so that the players are interested in the character, so that there's something enough to make the players want to see more of him. And of course, if you played Witcher 3, you know that that character is actually quite fleshed out and in depth. He is almost a fully three-dimensional character, which is funny, considering he is just an Act 1 character and leaves the narrative completely shortly thereafter. But still, if you're going to have depth. Oh, Nick. You must be tired. Going to bed. I'm fine, honestly. I'm not doing any more than I usually do. But you're even more tired than I am, Dad. You rushed through all the work you had to get back here. You rushed through all the work you had to get back here as soon as possible, didn't you? You've gotten pretty sharp, huh? I'm not a kid anymore. I'm 13 now. Vader's actually fascinating. Because Vader didn't become a fleshed out character until the second movie. If you really pay attention, this is not a ding. If you really pay attention, Vader in just the first movie, in Just a New Hope, is very one note. He's the traitor dragon, right? He used to be part of the Jedi. He betrayed them to the evil Empire. That's pretty much it, right? Like, that's his character. It's just because of a combination of circumstances, which mostly has to do with excellent sound design and some fantastic work by, oh god, David Prowse, I think was his name. I can never remember his damn name. The guy in the suit, the actual actor in the suit, as well as, of course, James Earl Jones, managed to make him extremely memorable. So, they fleshed him out, which goes back to exactly what I was talking about, Mr. Red. If you're going to... Because Vader was a one-note character. It was David Prowse. Woo! He deserves... I've said this for years. He deserves just as much credit for Vader as James Earl Jones does. The physicality of Vader is a huge part of what kind of a character he is, right? And the guy in the suit is a lot of that. Anyways. Vader's a good example. If you're going to have a one-note character, you have to be prepared to turn them into more than that, right? You have to be able to flesh that out as you go forward. And you notice, even with Vader, there's a couple of hooks there, like the traitor thing. Why did he turn traitor? Why did he switch from the dark over to the dark side? Why did he walk away from the Jedi? What made him turn to the Empire? Keep in mind, this is in a draft where the Emperor wasn't even like a Force user at this point, so why? It innately prompts the question, just by virtue of it being there, right? There's other examples of that too, but you get the concept. What part of your daft brain thought you should start making this? That's why we came back here to begin with. ZCF is the only place around that'll allow me to do so. That's what I believe anyway. Maybe so, but still. What are you guys arguing about? Oh, you're still awake? It's past midnight, you know. You should go get some rest. What are those, blueprints? Can I see, please? You didn't get out of the bath that long ago. You're gonna catch cold hanging around here. Should be ready for bed. Oh, I want to see the blueprints. Whatever's on them looks really complicated. It's an orbital engine on the right side, right? Looks like a compact one, too. Oh, I know. It's a kind of airship. Come on, Mom. I really want to see... Oh, look at you getting all fired up. You just can't help yourself when it comes to machinery, can you? It's not fair. Alright, I finished clearing up now. Shall we get to work? Perfect timing. Get our angel to bed, would you? It is past your bedtime. What? Kiddo, if it's past midnight, it is super past your bedtime. Come on, let's go. Kids need sleep. Can I just take a look, please? I can't work out why the converter's torque is so low, and it's bugging me. It looks like her obsession's grown by monstrous proportions since we've been away. Be that as it may, it's still past your bedtime. But the blueprints will be there tomorrow, kiddo. I should also mention, with regards to Vader in particular, one of George Lucas's only good traits as a writer is his ability to lay bricks. What I mean by that is, all throughout the best example of this is A New Hope, but you see this in anything he's ever written. He likes to lay little hints of something that imply, but he himself hasn't developed what it actually means yet, right? He just lays little hints and makes sure that they're actually a part of the world in a natural, diegetic way, right? The casual mention of the Clone Wars, or the nature of what exactly the Jedi Knights were, or why exactly the government is getting rid of the Senate. and moving things over to the military governors. You know, there's all kinds of little bricks that are just laid here and there that he had no idea what he wanted to do with them. But they're so naturally woven into the narrative, they just feel like, they don't feel like exposition, they just feel like part of the story. And it's easy to forget that there were no plans for any of that back in the day. Even at a glance, I can tell it's not going to be easy to make. But starting off running a simulation with the capital before actually attempting to make the blasted thing. Nothing comes to mind that'd be strong enough to build the frame out of either. I say we should consider looking into a new one. I don't know what they're talking about. It all sounds so exciting. Maybe let's scooch closer without them noticing. Tita? Oh, I shouldn't have pushed my luck. Seriously now, go to bed. But if you're that curious, I'll tell you tomorrow. But right now, you need sleep. How's that sound? Good enough? But it's a promise, okay? Promise. Yes, yes, a promise. I'm not going to let you forget that you promised. Don't go making whatever it is without me. You won't. Promise in the name of goddess above, blah, blah, blah. Good night, Tita. Okay. Good night, Tita. Get some rest. Yeah, as if a kid can just go to bed like that, even when they're tired. Especially when they're tired. You ever heard of the phrase, I'm too tired to sleep? Well, that about wraps it up. This is amazing. Ouroboros' technology is even more impressive than I could have dreamed. It's a fine understatement. Their technological level is far beyond that of ours. It's true for virtually everything we've seen of theirs, too. Archaisms, Gospels, the Glorious. Which is still out there, I notice. I'm not entirely without ideas on how they all evolve it, though. All the sudden questions, anyways. I already sent you the info I had on them before. 1 second, I need to double check something. 11. Okay. Thing is, we didn't actually learn of them through the information you sent. We knew of them before that. What? We haven't actually encountered any of them or their members exactly, but they've been expanding their influence across the continent through Jaegers and certain wealthy individuals. We can confirm as much beyond a shadow of a doubt based on our travels. That's why we came back here. We never imagined they'd be so bold as to try anything in the barrel, or would have been back earlier. Without getting any more of a head start on us, we need to finish this. We need to do it as soon as possible. You know my favorite bricklaying in A New Hope, Mr. Red? Real quick, just to give you an idea of what I mean by that. So there was no dark side in A New Hope. No capital D, capital S dark side. Instead, it was, if you actually pay attention to the language, and of course this is true of the notes, it's more of an adjective, right? He gave over to the dark side. He became evil. He's still just using the Force in A New Hope, just like anybody else is using the Force. It wasn't until Empire Strikes Back they codified the concept of an actual dark side, capital D. But once again, you can see how that lays a brick there. How does one give into the dark side? What does that mean? Is that actually, does that have any real connotations? And that led to the creation of the Force. Morning, Grandpa. Morning, Tita. Dad? Oh yeah, I forgot you and Mom were back. Sure are. Looks like you had a good night's sleep. Sorry, I feel bad for forgetting all about it. Hey, you said you'd tell me what you're up to today. Yep, that's still the plan. You might be better off hearing it from your mother and grandfather, though. Why? They were discussing the issue all night. They both headed up to the central factory first thing in the morning. Did they sleep? Tita? You might want to have breakfast first. Oops, forgot that too. Haven't washed my face or combed my hair. Alright, go get ready. So great to have them back home. Now it's off to the factory. Good morning, Mr. Murdoch. Oh, it's you, Tita. Good morning. You wouldn't have to know where to bomb a grandpa, would you? Erica came charging in with a look on her face that signaled all hell was about to break loose. All the while shouting, "We've got a new invention to make, so we need someone really, really big. Hop to it." She wouldn't take no for an answer either. What a twat. Oh my god. She causes you so much trouble every time she decides she wants to invent something new. At least she's better than Grandpa. Maybe. She didn't scare the daylights out of you by yelling, "Fire in the hole!" right before an unexpected explosion. Only I can wipe that from my memory. Okay, your mother should be up in the operations room. The two of them are working together on something. This can't end well. Please don't let them break anything. My stomach hurts. Or Murdoch. Imagine being the manager who has to rein in the creatives. And both of those creatives are mad scientists. This is the first time they have worked on a thing together. Usually they're competing over who can make the best invention. Grandpa's amazing, but Mom's just as capable of an engineer. Even if she is kind of scary. The two of them are working together. I can't wait to see the result. Yeah, I would hate that job. I'd be good at it. I'd hate it. So this is what we're up against. It's not even performing at 10% of its true capabilities either. There's some downright terrifying specs. Yeah, the way Tarkin responds is relevant too, Zara. You are all that remains of that sad religion or something like that. What does that mean? Why is it called a religion? Why did it die out? Once again, you notice there's several questions just kind of baked into the dialogue. Automatic questions without the scene going, "I wonder what happened with the Force." No, it's just there. Isn't that the data on the Pater Mater? Hi, Tita. You've seen this robot in person, right? Yeah. How do you ask? What was it like in person? I mean, before and after I tried to kill her. Yeah, I suppose I should answer Saber for Wife's question now. So Saber for Weiss says, when writing a story, what should one focus on first? Characters, setting, world, or plot? Then they ask, how long have you been writing? I've been writing since I was a kid. My first book I finished in high school, and no, I'm never releasing it. That's not bragging. That's just, I've been doing this a long time. What you should focus on, I actually agree with Dakota's advice. I myself have given that exact same advice. The first thing you should do is you should pick something that interests you. Like, yeah, the example I love to use is giant battle mechs. I want a setting that revolves around giant battle mechs, and then you just spiral out from that central point. Okay, well, how are they operating? Why do people use them? Is this a military thing, or is this like for sports? Is this a sports story? What kind of techniques or technology or magic is required for people to pilot the things? How much of an infrastructure is there? Are they rare or are they common? Every question that comes from that is itself something that helps to expand and explain the characters, the setting, the plot. But it all starts from that same central point of whatever interests you, which is battle decks, right? And yeah, airships is the exact same thing. Okay, airships, cool. Are they dirigibles? Are they powered by magic? Do they violate physics? Is the setting different? Is space filled with oxygen so people can just sail on ships through space? You get it. So in other words, I think the answer to your question, characters, world, or plot first, the answer is not applicable. I think you should start with what interests you. Yes, it's funny enough, Sunless Skies and Treasure Planet both have the space is sea thing. Yeah, write about whatever interests you. Branch out from there. Almost every aspect of a concept provokes questions. Answering those questions is how you write, is how you flesh out your setting. Like Mr. Red wants magical girls in the Matrix. Okay, cool. So, okay, where did the Matrix come from? Where does their power come from? How do they interact with one another? Why are they in the Matrix at all? Do they have powers outside of the Matrix? Etc., etc. All those questions just naturally spiral outwards from that central point. So, Pater Mater. It was really big, but other than that, I couldn't tell much from looking at it. Alright, I suppose you wouldn't be able to. It's an awful lot taller than you, after all. Mom? What are you looking at Pater Mater's data for? I thought you were here to work on some new invention. Wait, you're not. We are. The two of us are ready to start work at any time. Alright, time to get to work on our task, making an archaism capable of competing against Pater Mater. You're trying to build a mecha. The Orbital Gear Project. Or OGB. Yeah, they're building a Gundam. I don't feel like this. It's okay, we know Ren's in this. She was in the opening cinematic. Usually when I hear about something new being invented, I get all excited. So caught up what's happening, I tune out from the world and focus on helping Grandpa. Today I just feel sad. This doesn't feel right. Ren. It's okay, we'll rescue her. Or have already rescued her, depending. Not sure which yet. What are the wires here for, Erica? They look completely unnecessary to me. To deal with the noise, the design requires a high degree of precision, so it's a necessary addition. Mom? So the orbital pressure changes get absorbed into here. Oh, I see. Mom! Oh, Tita, what are you doing here? Well, I was wondering if, anything I could do to help. I want to do something for Ren, too. I'm just not sure what I can actually do. Huh? What you can do? Well, if you want to help me out, there is one thing you could do for me. It's an annoying job, but if you're up for it. Okay, I'll do anything I can to help. It's nothing important, really, but I appreciate it all the same. I need you to talk to Murdoch and get him to sort out the paperwork for our return to Libero. The way we returned home was kind of borderline illegal. I actually mentioned that earlier, if you were paying attention. God, these two. No official paperwork's been filed or anything. I'm cool with it, but Dan's brought it up a few times, so it'd be good if someone could get taken care of. This isn't what I had in mind when I said I wanted to help. Oh well, I guess I am still helping. Again, it's just, it paints the picture of these two. Hey, Murdoch. I love when a plan comes together. Sorry. Mr. Murdoch? Please protect us all. Hello, can I help you with something? Wait, you aren't here to tell me the experiment was a failure and the building is now full of poisonous gases, are you? Well, there was a giant explosion and half of it was destroyed? Or... So, no, I can't apologize enough for all the stress Mama Grandpa caused you. Nothing like that's happened yet, though, don't worry. Really? Oh, that's a relief. Maybe it's a sign my prayers reached the goddess after all. Perhaps I should say prayers for tomorrow, too, while I'm here. Please don't let anything blow up, please don't let anything blow up, please. I do have a favor to ask you. Kind of favor. They arrived by air, did they? I can only imagine how surprised you must have been. They entered their country illegally? Yeah. I need to sort that out right away. Could you stay and pray in my place? Please, just pray nothing gets destroyed. Thank you. Where do you think all those parts and pieces come from? Who do you think puts out those fires, Russell? Or I guess Russell's now. I knew what I could do, though. I'm not strong like Estelle. I couldn't say anything to Ren like she did. I know. I'll get them to help with the Orbital Gears development. If it really does end up having the same amount of power as Pater Mater, maybe I'll finally be able to have a proper conversation with her. I do too, Blow Up Alice, unironically. Poor Murdoch. I know I'm biased because, I tend to brand myself as the boring man. The boring man's job is to make sure everything runs smoothly so the creative types can do their thing. So that you can enjoy life. This tool is brand new. It can cut with 10 million times more precision than the previous model. I had no idea something like this here, no? Yeah, he's just popping the, what do you call them? The antacids, right? He's just popping. I think I might have to go over the designs again. Here you are. Welcome back, Tita. Did you manage to do what I asked? Yep. Mr. Murdoch says he'll take care of it right away. He's probably working on it right now. Now that I've done that, I want to be part of the Orbital Gears development too. You? Yeah, I didn't write this in any of my letters, but I ended up spending some time with Ren while she was in the barrel. You know, she's a member of the society. She's also my friends. Ren? Where have I heard that before? Oh, she was the girl Powder Motor belongs to. Erica, if I may be permitted to say my piece here. Say your piece? What do you? You better have a damn good explanation for this one, Albert. My daughter ended up making friends with a member of Ouroboros. Why is that the first I'm hearing of this? This isn't in any of what you sent me. Well, it's kind of hard to say. Don't give me that. As if you hadn't already exposed her to enough danger to make him want to strangle you. Now I'm hearing this? What have you been doing with my daughter while I've been away? Being her parent? Taking care of her? Encouraging her to, you know, develop and pursue her own interests and become her own person. Trying to support her when she's down. You know, all the things you haven't been doing, Erica. The Orbital Gear is going to be able to fight on equal terms with Powder Motor, right? I want to be involved because I want the kind of power Estelle has. Yeah, no kidding, Lucas Slaughter. Yeah, the absentee mother has no right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're not considering using the Orbital Gear to fight Powder Motor yourself, are you? What? That wasn't what I meant. I want to make very sure of this. Do you understand what we're just what we're making here? I only got a quick look at the blueprints, but it looked like a bipedal. That's not what I mean. The Orbital Gear is a weapon. No matter how you try to dress the fact up, that's the reality. It's a tool designed to be used by people to hurt other people. But you're not making it because you want to hurt people, are you? Even the patrol airships used by the Army are made to protect the country, not to hurt people. It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what the developer of any weapon thinks. We're not the ones actually going out and using the things we make. The devices we pour our hearts into making go on to cause unspeakable suffering to people, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. Have you ever stopped to think about that? Are you? Okay. Yeah, this child, and once again I want to stress, in canon, in lore, wields a minigun. A non-orbital minigun. So an old-fashioned rotary. After having it pointed out to you, can you still say you want power? We're doing what we're doing, fully aware of the potential consequences that may be down the line. But can you? You know how much I love you, Tita. I understand you care deeply about your friend. I do. But that's all the more reason why I can't permit you to take part in this. Can you understand where I'm coming from? Not really, no. But I'm not taking this lightly either, you know. I appreciate how you feel, Erica, but I'm sure Tita's been thinking about this a lot herself, especially after all she went through. I want to show her a little more respect. I'm sure she has, but that doesn't mean I can let her be involved in developing a weapon. We researchers don't get a say in how our inventions end up being used down the line. That's just our fate. That's what we have to accept when we're doing our jobs. We do. I know where she's coming from, but I absolutely cannot let her be a part of this. She doesn't need to be shouldering this kind of burden, not at her age. I know all of what Mom's saying is true. I know, really, I do. But what am I supposed to do? Just sit around helplessly? I know. I'll go see what Dad thinks. Maybe he'll actually listen to me. Yeah, Tita. Hold on a minute. I'll be right over. Really? So she wouldn't give you permission to join then? Nope. I understand what Mom's saying. I really do. It's just so frustrating not to be able to do anything. Unlike your grandfather, your mother has very clear reasons for what she does. She's an engineer with specific goals and ideals over ones driven by emotion or curiosity. It's especially true for this project, given the future of Libero's national defense may end up hinging on it. It's never going to be easy to win her over with any argument about this, I'm afraid. It doesn't change the fact I want to confront Ren, though. Maybe what I'm saying is childish. I don't know. It's what I really feel, and I'm not budging. There's some bold words. I don't think I've ever seen her look so serious about anything before. But even if they're bold, I don't think they're childish. At the same time, I don't think it has anything to do with whether you should be involved in developing the orbital gear or not. Having it isn't going to make confronting her any easier. Yet, confronting someone head-on about something is a very difficult thing to do. Probably more difficult than you realize. You're certainly kind. That's not always going to be enough to change someone's mind about something once it's been done. You know, maybe I'm never going to be able to talk to her like I want to in the end. Am I doomed to never do anything for her? You backed down when you were arguing with your mother, right? That says to me the convictions she has are stronger than yours. You already know it's not going to be easy to talk to Ren. If you want to succeed, you'll need a stronger spirit than you got now. Otherwise, you won't be able to really tell each other how you feel. Just back down first. Reminds me of something Agate said once, actually. He said, fighting's all about guts. That's not quite what I'm talking about. Don't worry about this Agate fellow. I think resolve is a more appropriate word here than guts. You'll need to have the resolve to express all your honest feelings to her. Plus, you need to accept her as a return. No doubt it'll be a lot easier said than done, too. I know she's from the Society, and Potter Matter's too strong for me to compete against as I am. Especially because I don't have the kind of power Estelle does. I'm not even confident she'll want to listen to what I have to say, and if she does, that it'll have any effect on her. I can't just leave her and do nothing. I can't. Listen, she was part of Ouroboros. She did some pretty bad things. That's not all there is. I spent time with her. I went shopping with her. I sat and talked with her. I know that's true. Deep down, she's a sweet girl. I'm sure she wasn't faking it either. It's who she really is. She's not some inhuman monster. She's an ordinary girl who was an excited little kid when we found a cute pendant in a shop. And when I tripped and fell, she didn't hesitate to hold out her hand for me. She's a good person. I still think of her as my friend, even now. But after that, she went away from me. Ever since then, her Potter Mater has always been out of reach, physically and emotionally. Maybe the orbital gear will give me a chance to change that. If I have that, I can finally be able to see a little bit of the world she does. Maybe she's even willing to open her heart, even a little, and tell me how she really feels. All while listening to my feelings, too. That's why I want to be involved in making it. I won't take no for an answer. I'm so proud of how much you've grown. What do you think about all this, Erica? How long have you been listening in on us? Not long. I've heard the last part. Can I ask you something, Tita? Of course, what? If you finally get to the talk to this Ren girl, and it turns out she doesn't see you as a friend, what are you gonna do? Exactly the same thing. I'll do the exactly same as I would otherwise, because I've already made up my mind I want to be a part of her life. Even if she doesn't want me to be a part of hers. I might not be able to chase her around and convince her to come back to us like Estelle can, but I can still try to get her to know more about her. And Potter Mater. I can make a strong connection with her through the orbital gear. There's nothing stopping me from doing any of those things, right? Whatever makes it so I can be a part of her life, I want to do it, even if it's small. Because that's what friends do. That's how I really feel. I can't help but feel like you're being a little naive, but you got me. I'll accept all you've said as sufficient reason for participation. Really? Really? What are you two waiting for? We got work to do. Dan, I've redone the blueprints. I need to go over them. Start making the quartz prototypes. Now that you're on the team, I'm going to work you to the bone. I hope you're ready. Bring it on. Good. Are you ready to get started? Thanks to her efforts, Tita was finally allowed to participate in the orbital gear's development. The familiar central factor was filled with a new sense of tension as it became a building ground for the new invention. Tita was able to work as a full-fledged engineer equal to the adults around her for the first time. She was also treated no differently than anyone else, meaning Erica's demands were constant and relentless. It was a source of true happiness for Tita. Finally, 2 weeks later... That looks like the things we were fighting. Different color, of course. All done. Loader bot. Alright, time to begin activation test. We should probably do with a little break. We've been working almost constantly for 3 whole days now. I still have so much energy, Mom. She's manic. You have so little. Pull yourself together, people. Best part of developing something new is about to begin. That goes for you especially, Tita. You see, the prototype here is on the small side, so there's no way anyone other than you will be able to sit in it. You're going to need to be part of our tests until the very end. Yes, let's have a tired child be part of prototype tests. And she's asleep. Well, okay, because you said please. It's better than trying to do the test today when you're in the state and end up with a bunch of mistakes. Yeah, thank you. You did very well, in my opinion. Not even most veteran engineers can keep up with your work pace. I'm amazed our little daughter did in our first project. What exactly are you implying? I'm some kind of machine with limitless stamina? He's had sex with you, lady, so he would know. Ostensibly, I mean, the proof is right there. Wait, tomorrow's Friday? Yes, why do you ask? I need to start cooking then. Okay. Finish running all the necessary simulations using the Capel. Capel? I don't know. It should be performed at Tita, what's the rush? Grandpa, I just realized tomorrow's the last Friday of the month. Ah, yes, that's when Agate's coming, isn't it? Yep, I need to start getting things ready for tomorrow's food. Well, if you're taking requests... Agate? I'm not sure I follow. What's special about the last Friday of the month? I forgot to tell you, this is going to be your first time meeting Agate, isn't it? You see, he comes over to visit once a month, and tomorrow's the day. So... Oh... So our dear friend, Agate, is visiting, is he? What a coincidence he should choose the day of our test to make his arrival. He's a lucky man. Mom? Well, you see, Tita, your mother, Dan, darling, I just had a brilliant idea. I've decided tomorrow's tests are going to require a sacrifice. We can't just let any old person come over to our house for no good reason, right? We need to make a contribution to the family. I hope you're ready, Agate Crossner. So let me get this straight. You're saying you want Agate to help with the test, right? I'm not sure I'd recommend that, Eric. He's a useless dolt where technology is concerned. I can see him being of much help. Help? Oh, I'm expecting a lot more than that from him. I'm expecting him to offer his very life in the name of science. What? Come on, Eric. There's no time for being silly. I'm not opposed to having him help out, though. I'd like the chance to have a good long talk with him myself. You too, Dad? Well, it's settled. Today's going to be a good day. A very, very good day. So it's just weird. Do they seem to have Agate all wrong? That is a good question. Despite my concerns... Side story part 1? Finished? Oh my god! Oh my god, I almost forgot we were here. That was 48 minutes. Oh, okay, hang on. Hold up. Oh. So what I was in the middle of saying was, despite everything I was worried about, honestly, Agate is just the big brother, little sister dynamic with her. Which makes sense considering he lost his. You look quite tired. I'm fine. I did have to fight some scary enemies. That's good. So what happens in there? He'd explain everything that happened on the other side of the door. Yep, sounds like another one of our rules. In other words, first you need to meet some condition or condition to open the door, then you fight with battle, and then you see a memory fragment, which is 40 minutes. There's more to the memory fragment. Yep, yep. Memory doors are located throughout the game and allow you to see various optional scenes. In all, there are 3 types of doors. Moon doors, which is lengthy stories, that's what we just saw. Star doors, which is short stories. And sun doors, which are mini-games. In order to open a door, you need to fulfill one of multiple conditions. Further, some doors require certain characters to win a battle to see the contents. After viewing the doors, you'll be able to earn Mira, depending on choices or actions. Bonuses. All this information is automatically recorded in the notebook and be viewed at any time. Also warp to any door using the cube. Oh my god. Wow, that was a lot. That was so much. And I was planning on doing this anyways, to be honest with you. I'm gonna go ahead and pause for lunch. So I will be back in a bit. I'll see you, everyone.